We're back in Planescape Torment. We're all rested up. Let's just be on our way. We definitely have to go to Ragpicker's Square, but I don't think we'll... What in the fuck? Hello? Want to earn some jink? Your first impression of Mars is that he needs a long bath, preferably away from any creature that has any sense of smell. You can almost see the stench waft from his body in sinister yellow tendrils. He motions towards you frantically in an effort to get you to come over and talk to him. Okay. A look of excitement crosses his face as you approach. Thank you for stepping. My name's Mar, and I have a favor to ask of you. Go on. 'Tis a matter of life or death. I must be delivering this here box, or it'd be me head for sure. 'Tis me bad luck that I twisted me like something fierce, so will you help me out by delivering this here box for me? I'll deliver the box for you. Oh, they're dead flies because he's too smelly. Okay. He takes out a small box from within the recesses of his ragged clothing for the briefest of moments. You see a look of regret cross his face, then it is gone, as he looks at you and hands you the box. A slight shimmer surrounds the box as both you and Mar touch it. A sigh of relief is heard as Mar releases the box into your care. What now? This needed to be delivered to Kuatara. He can usually be found somewhere down in the southeastern section of the hive. Oh, unless you try to say I didn't warn you, whatever happens, don't open the box, and don't leave the hive with the box. Now be off with you. I'll be back when I deliver the box. I've updated my journal. Huh. Ran off in a weird cutscene. Looks like those homies are gonna fix the city if they can. Those horned fellas. Hello? Collector? Oh, Collector! This man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face from you. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood, and he takes a step back. What do you want? Looking for Farad. What are you doing? Looking for some damn bodies is what I'm trying to do, but you'd think the dead powers had packed up their kip and left the plains the way people are staying healthy and all. There's a sudden gleam in his eye. Wait, a pox last month. It was a glorious time it was. Bodies stinking to high heavens and plenty of jink to be had, too. I know why you're looking for bodies, but let's humor him. Well, you haul the blighters to the mortuary. There, you talk to the dusties, hag a little, and get a few bits of jink. Why do they buy the bodies? They gather the dead. It's their job. They pay us to cover more area and bring any bodies we find them. Then they make sure that the blighter's body goes to its proper place or gets cremated. They're all serious about it, their barmy philosophy, but it just means more jink for me. What's this place? You're in the hive, of course. Dirtiest bit in all the sigil. Where are you from, Cutter? You from the Prime or something? I'm not sure where I'm from. My journal's chock full of information. I had some questions. Does he know where Farad is? Where's Farad? Look around, you Cutter. I don't make enough jink to go lighten up the dark for nothing. It'll take a bit of coin. I'll hand him 5 coppers. 10 coppers. Ask your questions. Where's Farad? What do you know about him? Do you know where he is? I know where the rat bastard isn't. He ain't where most of the collectors call Kip. In Ragpicker, he's not in Ragpicker Square. But that he's close by there somewhere in the chant. Do all collectors share your opinion of Farad? Farad, he spits, sneering contemptuously. Maybe Farad's from Woolerton. Ragpicker Square is Sharegrave's, me boss's territory, you see. Farad and his dogs came in a whiles back and tried to oust us. We fought 'em off, we did, so's they's all on hiding somewhere now. We still catch one of his lads now and then around the square. Usually we turn him into a quick spot of jink at the mortuary of pike and sods. Sharegrave, I thought Sharegrave was a collector, but I guess Sharegrave's a serious... Oh, sorry. I thought Sharegrave was a dustman, but I guess Sharegrave's a collector. Alright, that's all I want to know. Take your 10 coppers and leave. I'm feeling generous. We spent the night with a hooker last time. We don't need to do that. Whoop, I accidentally ran into Ragpicker's Square. Where the fuck? There I am.
All right.
Where's the market, though? Ragpicker's Square? Does it or doesn't it have the market? The Alley of Dangerous Angles? We're looking to offload these, like, rags and shit we found. Maybe get some clothes. Besides my spooky skull cod piece. Where's Sharegrave? This man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes. Hello. What are you doing? Oh, these are just all generic collectors. Goodbye. Collector. 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 Yellow Fingers. This weaselly-looking fellow is skulking about the garbage like a tattered shadow. Seeing you and Mort, he beckons to you. The skull. Where you get the skull, eh? Me skull it is. Give it back to me. Mort turns to the hiver. Pike off. Attack as soon as he's off guard. If you can prove to me the skull is yours. He stares at you for a moment like you're addled. It's pike in mine. Talking proof, don't know nothing. Gives me the skulls back. Nows. Go away. You suddenly notice that Yellowfingers is standing too close to you and his hand darts out as if trying to pluck your purse. Observe the attempt carefully. Na-na-na-na. You watch closely as Yellowfinger's deft fingers slide into your coin purse and out again, probably with several coins in their grasp. Despite the quickness of it all, there was a certain familiarity to it, and you're certain you could do the same with a bit of practice. Go on, 5 coppers. What are you doing? He frowns and squints it like you're addled. Eh, what? Why are you robbing me? You are robbing me. Leave. Ratborn. I don't know what that is. And that's maybe taking me somewhere? What's the map say? That will go to Shavegrave's Kip. The midwife's hut. Oh shit, we were supposed to tell that lady that we got her husband out of the contract. Collector, Sharegrave. Tall and lanky, this pale, grim-looking man exudes authority despite his gangly and somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What's little that's left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten rather than cut off. His narrow, shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever. And dangerous. Midwife is where I learned to be a mage. I am on my way. Goodbye.
Done.
Fucking goodbye. How do I get out of here?
I'm gone.
I've got some wizarding skills to acquire since, you know, we put all of our points in wisdom and intelligence. Old Mebeth. This squat old woman looks like she's had all the color bled out of her. Everything from her hair to her shawl to her robe, all shades of gray. The only splotches of color on her come from several strange herbs which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange whoosh when she moves, like a broom. Hello. Ignore the woman. Search for treasure. Hello. The elderly woman turns and stares at you, and you notice the gray shades blanketing her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is a wispy gray, and her eyes are like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you. Who might you be, The name's Adan. I don't really know who I am. So you not know yourself, child? She squints, then points at your chest. Hard to piece together the man beneath all that tracery and scrawling scars, is it? Maybe. Who are you? With a sly cackle, she wags her eyebrows. Have you not heard of old Mebeth, then, the midwife of the square? Have you not now? She narrows her eyes and her voice drops. Well, now you have, for I be Mebeth. What do you do? I've updated my journal about midwives. I set bones right, drive the cough out of the sick, yank out squealing stubborn babies, mend cloaks for a rag or two, make cures in herbs and other such. She squints at you, studying your scars. Be needing a cure or 3, do you then? Cures? Ah, you be needing some cures to look at you. Do you want to buy to some, do you? She glances at the scars covering your body again, then shrugs. Too late to be asking for them, I think. I need a place to sleep. Cures for later? That makes her a merchant. I can sell some of this shit, though. The triangle earring for 1 gold coin? I fucking very much doubt that. Oh, that's the one I need to identify. This is the one we can sell. Goodbye. The bone charm was +2 AC. The charcoal charm I feel might come in handy, so let's not do that. Can you identify? No, you can't. Oh, wait. It's on this screen now. Where's the fucking earring? Is she too stupid to identify the yellow earring? Steal, buy, sell. This is what she has. Cranium rat. Detect traps +1 intelligence. The body of this cranium rat has been specially prepared. Its insides have been hollowed out and stuffed with various herbs and shreds of papyrus. Ooh. I sold triangle earring. I thought I sold the hollow earring. Oops. Now, of course, it's worth $180 dues. I lost money there. I want that back. You receive a small earring from folding a note. This earring carries a minor blessing from one of the gods of wealth on some backwater prime world. When held in the hand and the word copper is whispered, it gives the wearer 33 copper commons. This blessing can be used 3 times before the enchantment is exhausted. Okay. That's something. There. I think overall we lost money, but let's just roll with it. Some questions? Do you know Farah? Are you a witch? This is probably how I become a wizard. She scrutinizes you. I say not as to what I am and isn't, but what you be wanting to know so fool bad for that you hound an old woman barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip? I want to learn about magic. Teach me. I'm no teacher, no school mistress all set up to teach like that big fest hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that'd spill the dark for you. You'd be wasting your time with old Mebbeth, so you would. I don't agree, old woman. Why do you want to learn such things? Truth? I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. After a moment, she nods. The art may help. It may not. You must not rely on it to solve all of your problems. She sighs. Child, it's most likely going to add another chip to your pile of questions. I understand. Will you teach me? Huh. One should make songs rather than make magic. Songs have more beauty. Magic's been made dull, commonplace, soiled by the mob of people that have tromped through it. I'll teach you, but first you need to do some things for me. You hear? Like what? My legs aren't good for walking about, Sigil, and there's errands I'd have you run. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. That's spire word. Easterly and southerly from here, in the hive market. Here's a sample. She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you. I need this seed. I've updated my journal. You twist the black seed in your hand. As you do, you feel a small bite. Then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed like teeth. She snorts. Careful with it. Show it to one of the fruit merchants at the market. They'll know what herbs you seek. Okay. I'm off on my wizarding quest.
All right.
Do-do-do. We have to get to the market, which is south and east.
I'm gone.
Looks like I can have 4 more people in my party. That's a big fucking party. Sounds like a pimp shouting.
Done.
Advertising his whores. This will go somewhere. Well, the map will tell me where it goes. Hive dwelling. Braskin's Kip. I don't know who that is. Hello? Hive merchant? This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? I need some herbs. Da-da-da-da. The man takes the seed, looks at it critically. As he presses it between his thumb and forefinger, he winces, and a small drop of blood appears in his thumb. Ah, the seed's got a bite on it. I noticed that. Do you have the herbs? He can't seem to take his eye off the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks. To be square, I've never seen such a seed before. You need someone who cultivates seeds such as this, for I have none. Very well. Where would I find such a person? I've updated my journal. Don't know the dark of that, friend. He hands the seed back to you. You'd be hard-pressed to find a gardener in the hive. Oh. All manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Aborian fire seeds, garbar root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Biotopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers. Nah. I said no. This guy's got a name. There's a hive merchant. This dour-faced old fellow appears to be selling various hand weapons. Come to see my blades, have you? I have. Hey, Ray. Poor quality mace? How can I lose? A maul? 1 to 4 crushing, usable only by fighters. We want to be a wizard, remember. A battle axe of quality. It's a rather magical way to say it's not shit. A battle axe of mediocrity. High quality sledgehammer 1 to 10. Okay. What's the corpse fly do? This is the one that makes me spit flies, which is weird. We'll sell it just because we had a bit of a snafu with our cash flow. What do you have? Come see what I got for you. What do you have to offer me? A whispering flask. +2 to strength. This container holds a peculiar powder called Whispering Motes, loose translation of the Gith expression, a form of healing powder commonly used by the Githari on the plane of Limbo. When the copper stopper is pulled and the spice touched on the skin of a wounded person, the spice travels up to the injured person's body, generating raw matter to fill up the holes in his physical form, no matter how small or large. In order for the spice to work, the user must concentrate on its healing effects. With the proper discipline, a practiced Githari can heal even the greatest of wounds. In addition to its curative properties, it also the element in several of their rites of passages. It's believed that the spice also fills in the holes in a person's psyche, removing doubts and giving them focus and purpose. I wonder if it's just cocaine. A clot charm and then a blood charm. That's weird. This seems way better for healing. So much so that I'm going to buy it. And then a heart charm heals 27 hit points. Did I buy that? I'll buy another one. Yep. Scroll of Blur. Allows user to cast Blur. Allows user to copy Blur into their spellbook. Level 2 wizard. The blurring form in spirit causes one to be hard to see or touch. Blur causes the wizard's form to shift and blur, making it much harder to see. Causes all incoming attacks -3. And I get +1 on all saving throws. That'd be handy to put in my spellbook once I become all Harry Potter. What's Giscorel up to? You see a spindly-looking merchant with a brush of gray and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly colored robes, so much that it looks like a flag with arms and legs. He's shaking slightly. Hello. I Giscorel. He bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms are a twisted mass of black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. What are you selling? How'd you hurt your hands? Giscorel doesn't seem to have heard you. He answers only with his spiel delivered by the same flat monotone. Giscorel, buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and wear cloth. What'd you have? Yeah, this is all shit. What's your deal, homie? How'd you hurt your hands? I said, how'd you hurt your hands? Giscorel, buy cloth. Alright, fuck you. Observe the frolicking Lim. Oh, yep, there they are. Jump, Lim, jump! The merchant ceased to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings! Would you like to purchase one of these playful, gambling Lim-Lims? What is a Lim-Lim? They're from the Outlands, my lord. Neither wholly insect nor animal. They're friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the Lim-Lims, then leans close to whisper. Pretty tasty, too, in a pinch. Interesting. What do they cost? A Lim-Lim will provide its own food, eating insects, tiny rodents, the like. They will follow you everywhere you go, are easy to clean up after, quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. One only cost you but 40 coppers. Sure. My own Lim-Lim. Let's go, homie. Who's this Profira? This grim-looking woman spares you a brief glance before returning to a rant at the top of the stage. She has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding foot traffic. Goodbye. Craddock. I remember him. Oh, I have to deliver the box to him. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He's hunched slightly, as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Hello. The man glances down at you and his frown deepens. Aye, what are you sniffing around here for? I have a box for you. If I am, what'd it be to you? The message states the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day or there will be a penalty. By the hells. Can they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? All right, then. Your message has found its way to the right ears. For all the good it'll do, what's the problem? Look around you. Craddock nods at the laborers in the marketplace and scowls. These laggards and halfwits can barely keep up with the load as it stands. Now it needs doing in half the time. Can I help? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. Jelli's gone missing since the morning. I'm back now, Jelli. The hive-bred goat is probably passed out on the street somewhere by the smoldering corpse where he should be here helping us. Worthless sod. I'll go find him. I'm nice. Oh, you could you? And how would you do that? I'll help you because I'm nice. You find Jelli. You tell him to drag his worthless bub-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. When you've found him. I know where the smoldering corpse is. Updated my journal. Somehow Mort got there first. Here I come. I guess Mort doesn't have to worry about his legs. What is this? Hello? This black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong, vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. Hello. Whoa, Chief. Mort cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bar that. You don't want to be rattling your bone box with any on the street. What? No, you don't. They're touchy. Let's just go. I'll risk it. I have very high wisdom. Greetings. The creature slowly turns its head down to look at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown, and then opens its mouth, giving a low, risping hiss. You notice that the heat rating from the creature begins to rise. Can we talk? The creature opens its mouth, displaying a row of blackened fangs. Fire begins to dance around the shoulders and arms of the creature as it gives a long, low hiss. What if I hiss back? The creature roars and launches itself at you. Oops. How unexpected. That's how you want to fucking play it, though, huh, homie?
Done.
His AC seems to be 1 billion. Nope, never mind. We're kind of hurting him. He's immune to Mort's... Oh, because Mort just bites you. Barely injured. What do you say we run for our lives? Oh! Mort's not looking too good. I do have the power to revive people, but Mort was only dodging because of Litany of Curses. Oh, he's still there. Uh-oh. Luckily, I was teleported over here. Later, loser. Now, where's the smoldering corpse? I guess Mort can be trusted in regards to who to speak to. Gathering dust. Where's smoldering corpse? Am I some sort of retard? Or was it down here?
I'm gone.
There you are.
Done.
There's a lot of these fucking rascals everywhere. I wonder if the centaur is nice. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts with a broad flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive four-flanged polearm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Hello? He turns to face you with startling speed, his eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human, and heavily accented. What do you want? 2 legs? His hand is close to his polearm. Hello? He seems to calm down. His hand drops away from his weapons. He still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask of me? Why are you so wary of me? This place, a wretched, unclean place, is full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for a visiting barrier, 2 legs. He shrugs. I have business here, so here I am. You don't live here? The implication is that you can't get out of the city once you're here. No, 2 legs. No briar could live like this. Where are you from? From the plains of Isgard, 2 legs. They are my home. He smiles in fond recollection and is warmed by the memory. What are you doing here? Another time, 2 legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you about it. Okay, something else? What do you know about the city? What about the city? What is it? It's a crossroads, 2 legs. Surely you knows that all paths run through Sigil? You mean paths? Oh man, do not shit on his accent. Where is Sigil? He looks up thoughtfully. It is in the outlands, the center of the plains, but since you can reach it from just about anywhere, Sigil's in more places than just that, you see. I think so. What is Sigil? It's a crossroads. All right, let me ask you about something else. Tell me about the slum. What do you know about the Lady of Pain? It's a lady? He looks around as if to see anyone's overheard. I only know that she rules this place, all of Sigil, and that your locals feel it bad luck to speak of her. It's weird. Do you know someone named Farad? I know a few people. No, he knows few people, not a few people. All right, goodbye. He wouldn't know where the journal is. I kind of want to find this journal just so I stop trying to ask everybody about it. I also need to find a place to sleep for Mort, poor bastard.
Come on in, Cutter! Come on in, Cutter! You're gonna love this!
I want to get rid of my scalpel so everyone stops calling me a gutter. He wouldn't be in the smoldering corpse. He'd be passed out outside. I swear to fucking Christ. These dastardly thugs. Now, Mort might die here, but... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Try not to die, Mort. You got like 7 thugs poking you. Is Mort gonna be okay?
What good is done?
I'll get the next one here. Well, I'll try to. I don't know how long Litany of Curses lasts for, by the way. 10 seconds per level. Alright, we gotta be careful with that.
What's the word, Chief? Stinkers.
Litany of Curses did hit him. Oh man, Mort is on the fucking verge of death here.
Damn.
What's up? Okay.
Alright, I think we're fine if we just don't fight any more goons. Oh, I can actually just give him a clot charm since we did just literally find one. Another bronze bracelet. Oh fuck, Mort's got a bunch of stuff we could have sold.
Yeah, good is done.
You know what? I don't want to waste a charm, because we can hopefully just shimmy our way back to the flop house. Where's that drunk guy?
All right.
You've got a name. Where's July? You see a young woman dressed in a tight leather bodice. Oh, fucking hooker with a name. Hello? No, okay, bye. There you are. You see a thin man with stained clothes, a hooked nose, and 2 stubby horns jutting from his forehead. He's stumbling about and muttering to himself. He stinks of brine, vomit, and cheap wine. Craddock needs you at the marketplace. Craddock? Ah, Craddock. Me Genra's boss. Well, you can tell him this. He can pike off. Then he's a filthy dog or cur of the lowest sort, and Jelly's not working for him anymore. He jabs you with his finger. Tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance. This is gonna go great. And I don't think I can tell the guy I delivered the message until we get it sorted out for him. Oh, I've never entered from this direction. Marketplace. The marketplace is right here. Perfect. Apparently I took the most roundabout way to get to July. I found July. He says he quit. He said to pike off and that you were the cur of the lowest sort and that he wasn't going to work for you any longer. I should fill in for him.
Updated my journal.
Da-da-da-da. Huh. You couldn't. Well, mayhap you can. It's hard work and there's no drinking on my watch. Let's get started. The work is long, but at the end of the shift, you're not the least bit tired. Craddock grunts as you return. You did well enough. Here's your pay. He tosses you a handful of coins. Now get. No more use for you. Okay. I'm glad we didn't have to kill him. Reekwind. This man is looking at you with a strange bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge. So huge they look ready to pop out of his sockets and roll across the cobblestones. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird. And as you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and feces surrounding him. Greetings. The man sniffles, wiping his nose on his sleeve, then opens his mouth to reveal blackened rotten gums. Stories for coin, sirrah. His breath reeks. It smells like this man has been keeping rotten meat stored in his mouth. Who are you? Very well. The man snorts thick with phlegm. Names, names. Who you are, who you are. His head does a slight twitch every time he repeats himself. Names, dangerous, dangerous. Dangerous? Knowing a name or being stuck with one, both is a mess of trouble. My name's a given name, not one asked for. Reekwind. Once again, you become conscious of his reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surrounds him. A given name, you know what? Let's just go. He's probably just going to prattle on about how knowing words and songs and shit is dangerous. Is there a place to sleep? Hive dwelling, northwest portion of Hive. What's this? Hive thugs, harlots. There's just a lot of houses in this area. Office of Vermin and Disease Control or a house. Okay, let's get back to the flop house. Here you are.
All right.
Oh, I pissed off some goons. Let's just sleep it off. Looking for a place to sleep. How much for a bed? 5 coppers. Deal. Run the clock. 1 day. That's how long it takes for bone to heal shut. All right, this guy still wants to fight.
Huh?
I was gone for an entire day and he just waited.
Like that.
Pike that. You're attacking some people and one of them says, fuck that.
Sure, why not?
And you fly into a rage and you focus all your attacks on them. What a whimsical world. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff to sell. We got to go back to the market.
I'm gone.
Actually, does this take me to the mortuary? Because the mortuary is we have to turn in the contract, and that's where the nervous delivery man was. We can tell him that we spoke to Craddock. Yep, Dustman Monument. All right, we just got to find him.
I'm gone.
Oh, did he run off somewhere, though? Did he say he was going somewhere? Nope, there he is. I passed along your message, although it didn't seem to please him in any way.
Updated my journal.
Da-da-da-da. Bane doesn't seem to have heard any word after yes, for he smiles and heaves a sigh of relief. Good fortune indeed. Thank you, good sir, thank you. He reaches into his robe and pulls forth a handful of coppers, which he counts out, then hands to you. 30 comments for delivering a message, thank you. Oh, more than fair, good sir, more than fair. I can say without hesitation that there is no finer profession all sigil than that of a runner for the House of Senders. Good day.
Hey.
Actually, I'm gonna
Chief.
step away here for a little bit. I gotta go to the bathroom, but we'll go into Angmar's house. Just in case some thugs waddle up to us while I'm gone, so yeah. Lunch isn't sitting too well with me. Hopefully I'm not gone too long. Yeah, we'll just chill out in here for a bit. Like I said, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we're back. Let's tell the good news. I was able to get the contract for Mortai. Here it is. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers. You must be a Devon disguised to do such a thing for someone you barely know. There you go.
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. Nay, nay, if you could show me husband the contract, say that you got it for him, but don't say how. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Good news, asshole. This man looks haunted. His eyes are half lidded as if he's had trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flexed with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. He doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. Hello? The man glances up at the sound of your voice, and his slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone has lit 2 fires in his eyes. What be your business barging into my house? His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get, or I'll send you back to whatever grave you crawled from. Here's your contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angier's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words, and his temper quickly resurfaces. Where'd you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. I took it from a dustman. Oh, tear it up.
Updated my journal.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. You tear up the parchment, and Angier's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens. As if a great weight is lifted from him, he looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free. Not in the hive, Cutter. If you feel the need to pay... I could ask him questions, but I already know where Farod is. I might need a favor in the future. Consider this free and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. We're good, but we're not that fucking good. I have a feeling we can't fight the Lady of Pain or whatever. Think of a way to pay me, or I might need a favor in the future. I might need a favor in the future. Ba-ba-ba-bum. I have ransomed me life to 1 man already. I'm not about to do it again. Fine, fine. Fuck off. Goodbye.
All right.
I guess I could have asked why he took the contract out. I don't know why. Maybe they pay you a lot of money if you take a contract out to become one of those zombie slaves, but... I wanted to go back to the marketplace to sell all this shit that Morty's been carrying. Alley of Dangerous Angles. We're kind of bad at fighting right now. I don't know if I want to go there. Although I think if anything, that might be where Farad is. That's my mage spellbook. Where's my journal? Find Farad, find your missing journal. Find the source of Farad's bodies for Emmerich. Learn the way of the arts from Mebeth. Find a gardener who has Mebeth's herbs. I'd have to find a gardener in order to get the herbs I need. I can't imagine I would find a gardener in the hive, though. And if I leave the city, this box breaks. Oh, the strange box. It's in the southeastern section of the hive. I should just... Let's do that right now. Who the hell is Sevtai? Strange woman, Sevtai. Her 3 sisters right there attacked by the evil bandits. Which we've bumped into those guys. Maybe I just kill them.
I'm gone.
How do you pick his jaw back up when it fell off? I guess we'll never know. Alright, I wonder if we could have gotten Mort that body inside the mortuary. There was like those giant skeletons. South warehouse, southeast. Wait, where am I going? Because I'm in the southeast right now, right? Oh, never mind, the box. The box. Southeast. Quetra.
I'm gone.
Morns for trees. That might give us a gardener tip. You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who's gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him. He's mumbling to himself and tapping his chin as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally he shakes his head. Hello. He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness. Greetings to you, friend. How's this day find you? Finds me miserable. I don't know who I am. He seems to become even more downhearted. That's too bad, friend. Sorry to hear that. Hope your fortune improves. How's this day find you? He shrugs slightly and offers a bit of a smile. Fortune finds me well, though I'm sad in just the same way as that. He pats the tree beside him. It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. Can you understand that, friend? I do understand. All things die, except for me. It is a sad thing. He seems surprised and blurts out, Really? Oh, I mean, wonderful. Perhaps you would. He pauses and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner. In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now? What were you going to ask me? For the first time, the man seems genuinely happy. Beaming, he explains, It's difficult for anything to survive here. Just look around and you'll see what I mean, friend. I'm not sure if it's possible for the trees to thrive here, even if they somehow were to get enough light and clean water. Go on. He nods enthusiastically. But enough people care, really want them to live. I just know they'll survive. They'll turn green again and flourish. Perhaps, I mean, there is magic in Dungeons and Dragons. I am right, I'm certain of it. A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you first spoke to. That's all I'd ask of you, friend. Just care for them. Hope for their recovery in time. Should enough people want it, it'll come to pass. Can you do that for me? Sure. Da-da-da-da. Excellent, my friend, excellent. I thank you. You've given me back my confidence, my purpose. Perhaps I can find others like you who'll listen. Perhaps we'll make a difference. What about your companions, friend? Would you speak to them on my behalf? Mort, what do you think? Yeah, whatever you say, I'm serious. Can you make the effort? Mort looks at you for a while, silently, then nods. Yeah, I can. If it's that important to you, I'll do it. Thank you. I need some herbs. Do you know where I can get them? Morns for Trees takes the seed from you and holds it up to his eye. What an odd seed. Are those teeth along the edges? Barbs, perhaps. Spooky Witch gave it to me. No. This is the only seed of its kind I've ever seen. He winces. A spot of blood glistens on his thumb. The barbs on it are sharp indeed. Perhaps you should hold it. So you can't help me either. Unless you can make that one grow, I cannot. Again, I've never seen a seed of its like before, friend. How would I grow it? If I wanted to grow enough... If we wanted to grow enough, is it possible to make it grow? Perhaps, if you cared enough to see it grow. Focus on the seed and will it to grow. Da-da-da-da. To your surprise, there's a crack, and the seed splits. Twigs splitting from its surface like fingers. Instinctively, you drop the seed. But the talon-like twigs wrap around your wrist and will not let... What the fuck?
My journal.
I've updated my journal. This is... Dear Diary, some weird shit is happening right now. Mourns for tree stares at the barbed branches wrapped around your wrist, stunned. I think the barbs on those new branches would be more than enough for what your friend needs. How did you get this damn thing off of me? I gotta go, homie. Okay, bye. Yeah, we'll talk about magic trees later. What the fuck just happened? Oh, wait, we're looking for someone. I gotta stop leaving this district. We're looking for, something. Kutara. More thugs? Let's just go inside the bar. There's a lot of thugs. They don't give a lot of XP, but maybe if I get more people in my party, I could farm the thugs. Dakon, Eb, Krianks. There might be some quests in here. I might have talked to all these people. Oh, you see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you hear, she calls out to you. You over there. You notice there's something wrong about her, and your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be... hello. Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink. You're not a dustman. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money in instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain, No. I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I heard there was a dustman thief around. But you could probably find him somewhere else in this house. What part of the hive? I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. I'm... what? You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Answer some questions? Who are you? I'm Mokai. I just like to drink here, and she loses her train of thought. I'm just a person, you know? Yeah, this is fucking on the level. Something else? Who's the burning corpse? He's not a corpse. He's some crazy wizard. Uh-huh. Tell me about the other patrons. They're just people. I don't deal with people. Unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you, hopefully. Fine, fine. Can I just buy you a drink? Okay, bye. That was weird. Didn't even get to update my journal. What's this? These red-hot pipes remind you of torture devices. Apparently they emit steam. You'd think it'd be hot in the hive, not cold. So you wouldn't... Can I open this? Is this kosher? This once functional door is now nailed shut and barred on the inside to protect against thieves. Well, good thinking. This bar has seen a lot of use. The scoring of weapons and talents does not... Well, fuck you too, tooltip. Hello? You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? We've spoken? You again? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago, got all bubbed up, smashed up the place, and left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. So you plucked at your own bleeding eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you get 200 coins together. 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink pal, I got your eye. My eye? I don't have that much jink. Goodbye. You see a trim, muscular man dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in this city. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want, he asks. Who are you? I am Alaise, warrior of renown. Surely you've heard of me? No. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none in this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again. And here I thought my fame had spread across the world. Where are you from? I come from the city of Alaburn over the river Tame. Surely you've heard of its glories and wonders. No matter, no matter. This place is benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I am told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of this city. Though prime of what I do not know. How'd you get here? I was chasing an old foe, the villainous life shade, Turtanalel. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, then continues. He conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway, then hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him. Found myself here. I get it, you're one of the clueless. What? Sounds like quite an adventure. What knowledge do you seek? Do you know the patrons here? I have met only the elderly Ebb Creekness, who's been instructing me in the ways of the city and the plains. My foe's spell must have catapulted us far across the world, for I know of no plains near our former location. No, plains of existence, you idiot. A look of confusion passes across his face. I understand. What the old man said is starting to make sense. Excuse me, I must think this over. Farewell. You see a slightly stooped old man with a full gray beard and a lion's mane of gray hair. He wears a couple of shoulder guards as armor, and he keeps a helmet nearby. He smokes a pipe and carries a pouch of tobacco around his waist. He looks pretty strong, but he's a little plump and also appears to have some sort of breathing trouble. Well, now, aren't you a sight, lad? Never have I seen so many scars blanketing a fella. Like a scar cloak you're wearing. Where you been, hanging out in a grain thresher? He laughs. Oh, I'm just jesting, you lad. No offense meant, and I hope no offense taken. I'm Ebb. Greetings. His handshake is firm. I think the narrator has a crush on this guy. Now I hereby tender my apologies for the unfair jesting, lad. Hope no hard feelings. Can I buy you a tankard or two? Sure. That's the spirit, lad. Bide a moment. He rises to his feet and heads to the bar. After a moment, he returns to his seat with a pair of tankards. Here you go, lad. Drink up. He takes a massive swallow from his own tankard, puffs on his pipe, and says, "What can old Ebb do for you on this fine sigil day?" I had some questions. Oh, well, I gathered that just to look at you. I mean, you didn't look like you're from around these parts, lad. You look a little too out of sorts to be a seasoned native. He chuckles, then takes another drink. So what can I help you with, lad? Who are you? Ebb Creekness. Third measure of the harmonium, now retired and being a tout with one's voice, since I don't step as lightly as I might these past 2 or 3 decades. Now, lad, who be in? What trouble might you be in? Third measure of the harmonium? He puffs up slightly in pride and gets a semi-stern look in his face. Ah, third measure of the harmonium. Though I haven't served a tour of duty in many a decade, pushing a quill wasn't quite at my alley after all the fights and skirmishes I'd been in, so I just bide my time keeping tabs on things down here in the hive and helping a little where I can. And you look like someone who might need a hand. I woke up in a mortuary and seem to have forgotten who I am. Huh? What was that you said, lad? That you woke up in the mortuary? Oh, now, did they mistake you for dead under all them scars, mayhap? Can't say I would have been any smarter. He puffs his pipe. Them dusties. I mean, them dustmen. Dusties being a rude term to refer to them pale-faced fellas, and I don't mean them too much disrespect. They have all the perceptions and friendliness of a gravestone sometimes, eh? Can't say I couldn't see them screwing up that, no lad. That's what I've heard. Do you know Farad? Tell me of Sigil. You don't think small, do you? If you want to know what's outside the city, go talk to Kandrian Ilborn over there. He's the traveler of this place. As for the rest of it, well, I can tell you the lady, the Dabbis, keys and portals, the way we keep track of time, the way the city's laid out. Tell me of the lady. Not know many know much about her, lad, and I'm figuring even those that know more than a little don't know too much more. She's a mystery, she is. And even should you run across her, powers forbid, she's silent and deadly. She's not evil, far as I can tell, but she keeps the dark about herself and Sigil pretty tight. None's been able to penetrate, and if they have, they've been mazed. Mazed? Sometimes bloods will be packed off to a place where they can't do no harm. The lady, see, she'll take a bit of sigil, make a little dimensional pocket out of it, a maze. She places those that have crossed her in there and lets them rot. Ebb puffs his pipe. Now, you can't escape getting mazed once the lady sets her gaze on you, lad. She'll get you eventually, no matter how hard you try and dodge her. You'll be walking down an alley or about to step through a portal or take a turn down a street and you've gone many-fold times before and suddenly you're someplace you don't recognize. Now, mazes aren't escape-proof. There's always a way out of each one. A portal the lady places there. You just have to figure out where it is and how to use it. That's fucked up. The Dabbis? Those funny floating bloods they speak in symbols? Quite a piece of work, eh? The Dabbis are kind of the lady's janitors and workmen, doing exactly what she wants. Make sure Sigil's running up to snuff, patching walls, tearing down old buildings, building new ones, setting up portals, sealing off others, and on and on. They're a pretty neutral-faring bunch, and you don't want to interfere with one or kill one or you'll bring the lady's wrath down on you quick. More about Sigil. How do you keep time? The way we measure time in Sigil's by the brightness of the sky. See, we haven't got a sun and a moon like most worlds. We just got this everlasting haze that brightens and darkens at regular cycles. What most folks call midnight, we call anti-peak. What they call noon, we call peak. See? It's based on the peak and anti-peak of the brightness. So when someone says something about 5 hours past peak, that's what they mean. The layout? Oh, let me wet my tongue. Takes a pull from his tankard. The city floats above an infinitely tall spire. The spire. It lies on its side like a discarded wagon wheel. But there's no spikes that connect it to the spire. It's divided into 6 wards, each of them with its own function. Right now you're in the hive. I think the purpose of the hive is to be squalor to the rest of the city's grandeur. He laughs. Factions, philosophical clubs, or gangs if you prefer, divide up the running of the city between them. Were you in a faction? Ebb raises his hand as if to stop you and laughs slightly. Oh, now hold on, lad. I'm no has-been faction member, they say. And they're right. Now, once you're one of the Harmonium, you're a Harmonium for life. We're the Bloods that try and make Sir Sigil stays out of trouble. No rock in the spire, no folks getting too over-enthusiastic about hurting each other, keeping the city down to a low roar. We try and keep the peace, lad, and most times we do a decent job. Keys and portals? Sigil's called the City of Doors for a reason, lad. There's portals everywhere. Portals are, well, like doors that lead across the multiverse, except they don't look like doors. They can be any bounded space. Window, door, pothole, picture frame, barrel hoop, the spaces inside scaffolding, a wardrobe. Each could be a portal waiting for just the right key to open and take you someplace in the multiverse. Now, keys. Aye, each portal has a key you need to open it. Now, while portals can be any bounded space, keys have more variety. They can be anything, from a little tune you hum when next to the portal to dancing a jig, being in the right mood, having a piece of the place you want to go in your hand, and on and on. In my youth, I once convinced a girl that kissing a man beside it could open a portal to Arcadia. Turned out I was right, and many trips to Arcadia did we have. Many portals probably have never been found. There's some you can uncover just by asking people and getting the right key. Finding out the dark of a portal is the toughest part, but I warn you, lad. Portal hopping shouldn't be a pastime for a fella in your way. Nor should you be wandering Sigil after dark, neither. You do best to stick to the main ways and open peak and watch yourself. More questions? Not about Sigil. Who are you? What is this place? Sigil and its environments. What other places can you recommend? Well, this is perhaps the best kip you could have wandered into from the start. Judging by your tattoos, you might be partial to having designs on your body, in which case there's a tattoo salon we've been to. You want to stay away from the alley of dangerous angles if you can. Ignis torched that place not too long ago, and ever since, a bunch of bad bloods have set up their kip in that stretch of desert. Ignis. That's the guy in the tavern here. What is this place? You're in the Smoldering Corpse bar. Who's the Smoldering Corpse? Him? Oh, no corpse, lad. No deader him. Near as we can tell, old Ignis is still alive inside that little roast pit. Near as we can figure, anyway. He can smell damnably awful sometimes, too. Keeps me on the pipe to make sure I don't worm his way into my nose, it does. How'd he get there? Ebb takes a smoke from his pipe. Well now, lad, Ignis had a smattering of problems and some not slight wizardly magics to boot, and seldom do the two mix well, if you understand me. He liked to... Ebb puffs on his pipe. Well, he liked to burn things, and he started torching places and people and generally making a bunch of trouble. And... Well, now, most of this was going on in the hive, and I'll be the first to admit the hive is not the first place the Harmonium goes to keep Sigil's law. Ebb looks a little shamefaced, a failing on our part, since it may have been the place where our presence is most needed. So, by the lady's reckoning, there was a little street-side justice in the wizardly community. A bunch of tea leaf readers, hedge wizards, and midwave witches got together and managed to weave a spell that was kind of poetic justice. Ebb gestures with his pipe at the figure, so now he sits there and burns. He's still alive, which I don't think they counted on. Okay, well... Don't be a pyromaniac in the spire. Oh, right, the bandits.
What?
I'm gone.
I'm stuck on someone. There we go.
Some cheap. Oh, you alley-bred dog.
Oh, I'm not doing too good, but I do have my wacky nameless one regeneration. He's badly injured. He might just run.
Blathering idiot. What's up?
Taunt this fella, and I'll get to stabbing again.
These stinkers.
Okay.
I'm gone.
What did he have? Ooh, a clot charm. More clot charms. A ring, which, yeah, we gotta sell all these rings and shit. We'll go to the marketplace once we deliver this box.
I'm gone.
Just a guy standing outside the bar. We got a burning wizard in here. Come on in. You'll love it. Come on, Cutter. A burning man? Are they gonna be weird? Barking dog thug. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes to what appear to be lines of verse. He's almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him the semblance of modesty. Hello. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds and starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you can hear answering barks. Snarl back. The man's barking ends with a snarl, and he leaps at you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. This.
I'm hurt.
Stinkards. Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, he's got a lot of shit to sell. Quick save here. Where the hell would she live? Painted door to tenement of thugs.
I'm gone.
Mourns for trees is over there.
Being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
I kind of want to. I don't want to go into a tenement full of thugs right now. Oh, never mind. She has a building named after her. The Warehouse.
All right.
Oh, it's a fella. Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? I have this other box. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Let's see what you've got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Mar told me to give this to you. As you hold the box out for him to take, Kuatra's expression turns from one of interest to one of intense horror. No, please, get it away from me. It's just a box. I said get back. Death, evil. Had to dupe Mar. Couldn't take it anymore. Please, take Nebraskan. Live Southwest Hive. No. No. Apparently the sight of the box is just too much for him as he runs away screaming from the building.
Updated my journal.
Oh, I've updated my journal. And I can't loot these boxes. I can't be a little bit of a baddie. Southwest Hive is where the box has to go now. Okay. How am I doing for levels? Holy shit, it takes a while. I'm a level 4 mage. I'm getting fucked here, aren't I? Because of the way multi-classing works? I want to become a mage quickly.
I'm gone.
Well, we can deliver this to the midwife. The twigs. Well, there's the marketplace. Let's sell the Mort stuff first. You a merchant? Oh, it's got it sells lim-lims. Who are you? Kosajai. This toothless old crone reeks of fish and brine. Spying your approach, she gives you a wide pink smile. Fish, my child? Fish heads? What are you offering exactly? Fish, my silly child. Fish of all sorts, and fish heads. For those too short of jink for the whole ones. Teeny tiny fish heads. Hee hee. Where do the fish come from? They're brought to sigil from all over the plains, my boy. Would you like some? I sell only the heads, should you be short on jink. No, with the fucking fish heads. Goodbye. Alright. Oh, great. He doesn't want to buy most of this shit. Never mind. There we go. There we go. Sell that. Ooh, that's 60 coppers. Helps getting another Priamor. It's not like I'm going out of my way to avoid party members. He won't buy this bronze ring. What's wrong with it? This is all junk, right? This crude copper circle looks like it was the victim of an eager lover or something that enjoys eating metal. For it is bent on one side and bears teeth marks. I think we can just sell all this shit pretty safely. Just, he doesn't want to buy random shit. The bronze rings they won't take. There's been a lot of journal updating so far today. I don't want any of his weapons, but maybe this guy. Maybe we'll just... Maybe different merchants want different things. Hive dwelling. Southwest. Oh, shit. Was it Braskin? Deliver the box to Braskin. Okay. Do. Braskin. In a loud booming voice, Braskin asks, "What in the name of the abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." I got a box? Why didn't you say so? Hand it over and be on your way. As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to amusement. Whoa there! I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave. What is with this fucking box? Did you say Quatra? Braskin lets out a great bellow of laughter. Why, that's the fellow who brought the box off me. Thought he got the best of me when he bought it. Guess he figured the gem alone was worth more than the price he paid me. Poor fellow didn't realize what he'd gotten himself into. What is up with this fucking box? You mean you really don't know anything about the box you're holding? I guess it won't hurt to tell you what I know. First off, so you don't get any ideas in your hand, the curse in that box only affects the current owner of the box. And to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it. Okay, what's in the box? That's a good question. That box has been around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about. As you can imagine, over time the truth has been warped a little further with each retelling. Go on. I've heard many a story about that box, and they all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given to that foul thing is Morador's box, and the owner of the box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Mordor himself. I cannot tell for sure, but just by looking at it, any soul can tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. Now, my magical power is I can't die, so I might open it. What am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shalandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows? Maybe she'll have more knowledge of what to do with it, or you can find some other clueless Burke to take it off your hands. Northeast.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. We gotta hurry up and find that midwife.
Done.
Oh, right, that guy is still fucking mad at us. I don't think he's gonna let it go.
All right.
Later, losers. That sucks because that's also the part of the town we fucking sleep in. Mausoleum. Shalandra, there we go.
All right.
I lost the midwife. We somehow missed her section. Stood in the wrong spot there. Oh, it's that lady that barely has any clothes on. Yet another interruption. A person cannot even find privacy within one's own home. Please leave before I summon the guards. Or better yet, I'll try a new spell I've been toying. Yeah, what's with the box? You hold out Mordor's box for Shalandra to examine. Ah, yes, I remember this box well. I acquired it some time ago. What do you wish to know about it? Where'd you get this from? I did buy a limb. There's a chance that a thug or maybe that fiend killed it. Let me think. I don't recall whom I got it from. I just remember I was down in the marketplace looking for some spell components when some person offered me this box. After testing the box, I found it to be cursed, but was intrigued by the spells woven into the box, and so I purchased it anyway. Why'd you give it away? I was young and brash back then. In my relentless pursuit of knowledge, I carelessly undid one of the spells. Look closely at the box. It was like new when I had it. The signs of decay are an indication that the spells are weakening. I realized I was in danger if I kept the box any longer, so I had a contest to get rid of a contest? It was the most expedient way to rid myself of it. I simply invited all the bashers in the hive to fight each other to determine who was the best. Bashers are notorious for having big muscles and not much upstairs, if you know what I mean. They come like flies to honey. I offered some money in the box as a prize. I believe some basher named Braskin won the contest. Yes, he did. What's the history of the box? The only thing I've been able to learn is its name. It is called Mordor's box. And as to who this Mordor is or the origin of the box, I don't know. For many years I studied the box and tried to learn its secrets. Spell upon spell upon spell has been woven into it. To my amazement, my studies revealed that all the spells are the type used to confine fiends. You mean there are fiends trapped within this box? No, not fiends. A fiend. Judging by the sophistication and power of these spells, it would have to be one of significant standing and power in its realm. Interesting. Can you remove the spells? Seeking to remove yourself from this box, eh? That spell is the worst of them all. Basically, that particular spell draws energy from the current owner of the box and uses it to power one of the spells of confinement. That isn't the worst of it. The fiend inside can smell this energy, and would more than likely hunt down that person should it escape. It's really a no-win situation on that box. Either drains you dry of your energy, or the fiend within it kills you. Oh. How do I get rid of this box? I'm not strong enough to fight or banish such a creature. It's been ages since I've been out there. But there was a cathedral located in the middle of the Alley of Dangerous Angles. A priest or someone who gains their power from a higher source might be able to help you. That was very helpful. Maybe buy yourself some clothes in the marketplace. Alright, yeah, we gotta remember where the fucking midwife is. Alright, the Alley of Dangerous Angles. Now we have a reason to go there. Like, am I missing it? The hive, the hive, the hive, the hive. There's only 4 areas where she could be, right? Alright, now where the fuck are you? Where the fuck is she? Marketplace hive. Oh, I've done it. I've gotten lost.
I'm gone.
What's this way? What's this way? Is this the Alley of Dangerous Angles? I should get a party, Mumrick. I just haven't found anybody that'll join. So the north... Oh. I really gotta give her that damn thing. I can't remember where the hell she is, though. Was it Ragpicker's Square? Have I just... Holy shit, time's not frozen. Go, man, go. There she is. It was Ragpicker's Square.
I'm gone.
Oh, someone in the bar will join me? Maybe Eb will join. That'd be neat. Alright, I got the fucking weird fruit. I returned with those herbs you wanted. Now maybe you can get this damn bramble patch off my wrist. Is that so? If so, think it off. Okay.
Updated my journal.
Da-da-da-da. Creaking and snapping, the black barbed branches unravel themselves from your wrist and form into a tangled ball of brush and twigs. It looks like a nest of dead black snakes. She snorts. Think it into a picture frame or some such. Something with more structure and less angles. Okay. Oh. The branched ball creaks and the twigs bending and twisting until the branches have bent themselves into a small picture frame. 2 hand spans on a side. Almost unconsciously, you imagine shape the barbs to the back of the frame so it can be hung from the wall easily. And as an afterthought, you move the remaining barbs to the inside of the frame so it can be picked up by the edges. What? She stares at the frame for a moment. Ah, square enough it is. Good work, child, good work. She picks up the frame and scrutinizes it. This'll do nicely. What? Well, this is enough. Aye, but there was one thing I forgot to tell you to fetch when you left last time, and it'll take you back to the merchant square, it will. Look for the cloth seller Giscorl. He has some rags of mine that he was supposed to wash, and long has it been since I first asked him to do it. Okay. Let's explore this area a little more, see if there's another way out. Looks like Ragpicker Square's a dead end. Oh! This archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly it may as well be stones and mortar. As you come closer, however, the archway's outline begins to shimmer. You notice a handful of junk you've been carrying about begins to shimmer as well. Hold on. Our first portal. The wall of refuse flickers, wavers, and seems to fold in on itself, revealing an open space beyond it. A passage or portal seems to have formed within the frame of the archway. I'm on it. Oh, now if I was Farod, that's where I'd be fucking hiding. The Trash Warrens. A ragged, middle-aged collector approaches as you enter the area. He quickly looks you over and then sneers. Don't know you. Just passing through. The collector continues. I'm looking for Farod. What are you looking for is no concern of mine, Burke. He spits. What is concerning me is that you're still breathing in my presence. Collecting bodies before they're dead sounds like a really good way to meet the lady. You seem to talk to some sense into the collector as he turns away from you. Watch your back, Cutter. Most deer will talk to you with their blade before their bone box, and if you stay much longer, I'd be doing the same. Whatever.
Done.
So they've got some sort of garbage underworld. Good thing I grabbed that junk, apparently. Boop. Back to the marketplace. Another party member would be handy, though, if I have to go fighting people to help Farod. Well, help him talk to me. Let's round out our map here. I don't have a lot of charisma. I think I have slightly above average charisma. So I don't know if that'll impact my ability to get people in my party. Try to dodge these fellas again by running. Mort. Mort.
Ah, great. I hope he
All
doesn't
right.
lose his memories this time.
Now, as much fun as it would be to see what that does... no, we are going to see what that does, because I haven't saved for a while. No. Resume life. No. Did I quit the game? Shit. Alright.
I'm gone.
So we really need to deal with that fucking dude. We'll just go around the other way. If they're going to give me grief. I can go back to the mortuary every time I die, but I didn't mean to die, so I don't feel like doing it right now. That's why we loaded. And I think everybody but Mort, or maybe even Mort, will abandon me if I die, and I have to come back and find them. Ah, Christ, it's nighttime. I kind of wish I did go to the flop house and sleep now.
Done.
Toggle AI lock view on character. Ooh. Holy shit, I'm just here to shop, fellas. I guess it's maybe more dangerous at nighttime. Hang on, are they all fighting because it's nighttime? I think it's all different at night.
What's up? Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass.
Stupid yabo.
A yabo. Alright.
I'm gone.
Something to sell, perhaps? Is he not? No, he's here. That's him, isn't it? No, it's Giscorel. Giscorel should be over here. There he is. Do not lock. Alright. Am I here to pick up someone's wash, Mebeth? Washcloth? Yes, Mebeth. Rag Picker's square. Rag Picker? He taps his fingers as if counting something. I know, I remember. He holds up a trembling finger. Wait for him to fetch the wash. Bum. He comes back with a flattened mass of green rags, thin as paper, yet so stiff they look like they could double as wooden boards. The rags are so caked with a greenish lime starch they look like it would take years of soaking to relax them. How many times did you clean these? He washed cloth, starch cloth every 5th day. Wash cloth, starch cloth every 5th day. Giscorel washed many years, always starch cloth on 5th day, but they're ruined. Wash cloth is Giscorel's ritual. Must starch cloth every 5th day. What's the point of doing it every 5 days when they don't need? Never mind. They're heavy. It's like carrying an armload of bricks. I'll take them to Mebeth. I'm strong. Well, strong enough to carry this shit. See if he wants to buy some of the shit I found. There you go. Still doesn't want this bronze ring. Is it broken? Is that why? Can a ring be broken? Despite the dents and scratches, it might be worth a few coins to a local merchant. Apparently not.
Done.
We gotta fucking... I definitely do miss being able to cut through the northwest, but we did piss off that fiend. Sucks that it's nighttime. I might just run in and sleep. I could use some health, though, even with my nameless one regeneration.
I'm gone. Done.
Yeah, we can get in before they fight us. Let's go. I'd love to rest here very much. 5 coppers, thank you. I guess if the sun's still down, we can try to wait. There we go.
I'm gone.
Oh, maybe I rest for a long time so I don't wake up in the middle of the night.
I'm gone.
Hey, Celador. Alright, I got these weird shirts for you. I brought your wash. I think it was a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though. Da-da-da-dum. She takes the stacks of starch green rags from you and she examines them critically. At least they won't tear. Or bend. What was with that cloth merchant, Giscorl? His hands were all scarred and he seemed slow. He's still turning cloth over in her hands, tapping it with her finger. Well, child, sometimes one burns with the art and other times the art burns you. Oh. Is that what happened to him? Mayhap. There's some for who using the art is like breathing. They strolls about with pointy hats and stinkweed pipes. Then there's hedge wizards and plain touch gypsies and fortune casters and half-seers and midwives who flicker with the art. Them have a harder time of it. And Giscorl was one of them? Aye, so to speak. In some ways, he's no different now than he was. Addicted to habit and ritual, he was. She sets down the stiff rags. They clunk as she places them on the floor. Now there's one last thing I need from you, child. What is it? Only this. I need some inks for scribing some ingredients in one of me cookery books. I'll need you to fetch some from one of the merchants. Kosajai be your name. We met her earlier. All right, I'll go.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. Go and ask then. Oops, I meant I... Can I buy some cures from you? Ooh, she'll buy the rings. Brilliant. And that gives me enough to buy Blur if I feel so inclined. Scroll of Remove Curse. I'm guessing this is too weak to get rid of the haunted box. Cursed item shall no longer afflict you when the spell is cast. It does not remove the curse from the item itself. Yep, okay. Okay, goodbye. Back to the market.
Done.
Quick save it again, just in case we get jumped by that fiend. I wonder if we can hire some dudes at the bar will be strong enough to fight that fiend. I can fucking wander the city again
gone.
safely. Actually, maybe I'll make it if I leave Mort
gone.
behind, because I think they always come with me. Make a mad dash for the door here.
Done.
Alright, where is she? I swore I saw her name. There you are, the old lady. You sell ink? Ink? Nay, sir, I sell no ink. I just sells fish. She wants fish ink or something. Mebeth mentioned you specifically. Heh, well, Kosajai was me dam's name, and me grandmam's before, so it could be any of us. Yet they're both in the dead book, so only this Kosajai matters. No idea what she's on about. Midway from the Picker's Square, you say? Don't know her, I don't. So you don't have any ink? Well, I can't say this is much of a surprise. I swear Mebeth is having you run in circles. Now, hold on. If your midwife's friend's not all wrong, I know how you can get ink, but it may not be the ink you're looking for. The ink I'm thinking of bleeds from the gills of a brogata fin. It does. It bleeds ink? But you don't have it, do you? Aye, thing is, that fish is not for eating. It got a horrible taste, scalds the tongue. You can ask Miriam. She pitches her fish cell down the street a southerly way. She might have one of them fish you needs on her pole. Southerly. And her name is Miriam.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. Who the fuck's trying to fight me? Bunch of hive thugs. Where's Miriam? Well, we're at the smoldering corpse. Let's see if we can get someone to join. There's another fucking thug. Who's Drusilla? This is a woman with fading bruises on her face and arms and a look of despairing longing in her sunken eyes. She might have been pretty once, but those days were long ago. Yeah, this narrator's a bit of a rude dude. She turns slowly to face you. Life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder if your eyes were deceiving you. Welcome to the smoldering corpse, scarred man. Oh shit, I might have enough money to buy my eyeball back. Who are you? I am Drusilla. You must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know. That just shines off you. Right, I think not. Whatever you say, dearie. Answer some questions for me. Who are you? Right, okay. Questions? What can you tell me about this place? Here, this is the smoldering corpse. Though the person smoldering ain't dead yet. He just keeping himself alive till someone comes along to help him out. Sods who like to see people in pain come here. Fiends like it. Folks who don't care much for being bothered come here too. The name alone keeps out most of the Burks. Oh, he might join us if we can save his life. Who is he?
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. The despair you saw on her face before flits across it again like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out of this slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him, and they opened a channel to plane of fire through him, and now he's just their doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force of will alone. If someone could douse him for a few moments, it'd give him his life back again, but they don't make enough water to do that. He's become a portal to the elemental plane of fire. What's your connection to him? Her voice practically throbs with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover, and he, my beloved. He loved the flame more than me, and now he's become the flame. Because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I wait for him to douse himself. I sell what little I have here just so I can be near him. It's okay. Who's that bring by the intro? I'm looking for Farad. Do you know him? Farad, the Collector King. You can probably find him in a stinking ilk in the Trash Warrens, which we've... Okay. Good thing I picked up that junk. Thank you.
I'm gone.
The man before you is old. His dry yellow skin is the scars of one who's traveled everywhere and never rested long in any one place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull, tapering to points. He wears a loose-fitting orange tunic, and a strange shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be two-pronged glaive, made of some metal whose surface swirls like a film of oil on a pond. What is this music? Did I piss someone off? Greetings. The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns a dead flat black, mirroring the man's eyes. Are you okay?
Traveler.
He says nothing for a moment, merely searches your face with his eyes. Hail, traveler. He's got a voice. He might join us. His voice is quiet and somber, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great tree. Hail.
Eyes of the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
You could say that. The man's gaze does not waver from yours. I am known as Dakon. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. You are not known to me. I do not know myself. That is for the best. In knowing yourself, there would be little in the plains left worth knowing. He falls silent for a moment, still studying you with his cold black eyes. I would know why you've come to the city. I'm looking for answers. Speak your questions. I will hear you. What are you? Agizthari. Ooh. Agizthari is one of the people. One of the people? A Githzari. Okay. What are the Githzari? Dakon is silent. Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on Time's blade before I recited a fraction of the histories of our people. He seems like a sweetheart. I would know of your people as they are now. Know this and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, he slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. Well, let's see what happens. There, we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch, a series of rippling waves of metal begin to roll forth from the center of the blade. The pitch and crest of the waves matches the inflections in Dakon's voice. In its chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are the Githzari. What's with your wacky sword? It's a Karach blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. What? He falls silent for a moment as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. Karach is not shaped by heat, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder on its surface and in its edge. When one knows themselves, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know themselves, the blade is as water, formless and weak. Can I have it? What rank does the blade signify? The blade is a symbol carried by the Zerth. A Zerth is one who knows the words of Zerthimen. In knowing the words of Zerthimen, they know themselves. What? Zerthimen founded our race. He knew the Githzari before they knew themselves. He defined our people. He gave them one mind. Uh-huh. Are you going to join me? Can you tell me about the city? It is known by the name Sigil. Among the people, it is known as the city that does not know itself. What? The city exists, but it does not know itself. And not knowing itself, its existence is flawed. How so? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the plains, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps these doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself. And not knowing itself, it is flawed. Let's truth them with our wisdom. A thing does not need to be ordered and have a purpose to know itself. What if these contradictions are strengths that you cannot see? To question, a question in return. What if the city is flawed and you see its contradictions all around you? To your question, a question. You claim the city's existence is flawed. You have accepted this rather than explore the possibility that something greater may exist. That suggests you are flawed and that you do not search for knowledge, but only a convenient answer. Dakon falls silent. There is no knowing the answer to the questions you have asked. Yet the city exists. Yet I would maintain that we know ourselves by the questions we ask and the ones we do not. If we cease asking questions and accept only what we can perceive, then we will cease to know ourselves. Dakon's voice has changed slightly, become heavier. Such words have been spoken before. I have heard them and know them. Where have you heard them? The words are mine. Once I knew them and knew their meaning. I had forgotten them until you spoke. Dakon's gaze travels through you, and his blade stops shimmering, bleeding of all color until it is translucent. There is a moment of silence. Then Dakon looks up at you. I would travel your path with you. Here we go. I accept.
Your path is mine.
Strangely enough, his voice seems distant, and it echoes as if he was speaking from across a great distance. Let's go, homie.
Skills have increased.
In enduring, grow strong.
Select spell. Rain of Anger. Submerge the well. Hello? Zerthimen's teachings allow the channeling of anger into streams of unerring missiles that quickly strike those that oppose you. This spell summons magical missile that strikes its target unerringly for 3 to 6 points of damage with no saving throw possible. In addition, the caster gains 1 extra missile every 2 levels for a total of 5 missiles at level 9. Neat. When the will is submerged, new strength is gained. The strength to endure and protect against adversity. With knowing the teachings of the third circle of Zerthimen, comes greater protection against all forms of attacks. When cast, a magical orb of protective energy arises and protects the recipient from attacks from all directions. It bestows an AC 2 against all attacks and +1 to all saving throws for 12 seconds divided by the level of the caster. Power of 1. And from Gith, the warrior queen, came the knowing of oneself. And from the knowing came immense power. This spell increases the target's strength score by a certain number of points, which will be qualified by the race class restrictions. The spell cannot bestow a strength of 21 or greater. Well, I wonder what he is. What are you? He is a fighter mage, like me. Strength 17. Int and whiz. Alright, so he's primarily a fighter. He's a level 3. Pretty dope. What's he wearing? Do you get to wear armor in this one? Dakon's Earth armor. What am I wearing? Nothing. Oops. Hey, I leveled up, though. Let's bank this level. Let's hang on to this. I might be able to dump it into mage if I'm smart.
Your will be done.
All right.
I'll level him up, though. Who gives a shit? His fighting skills have improved. He's gained 7 hit points and 2 hit points from his bonus. Saving throws or such and such. What are you? You're purely a fighter. What a wacky character. Do I get to choose the Nameless One's class? He started as a fighter. I'm hoping I can multi-class once we learn some spells, Celador. I think I'm rich enough to buy my eye, like I said. 627. That should be enough. You see a short, rotund man with an perplexed expression on his face. From the lines on his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied. Rapidly, in between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words. Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Greetings. Who are you? I'm but a humble man with a slight flowery poetical bent and a tendency towards the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you the ways of power. Perhaps, ooh. Maybe he's a wizard. I'd like that. What can you tell me about this place? The Smoldering Corpse Tavern, a fine establishment with a fine owner. Barkus is a true gentleman and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one possesses. They do drive people. Who is the Burning Man? That's Ignis, obviously. That's the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you can see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature Drusilla can help you. She did. What can you tell me of the patrons? The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I've spoken with most and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures towards the pair of Abishai sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that O character, and I'm still trying to understand him fully. It's quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folk of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I'm too discriminating. Why do you despise creatures of law? A fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Kandrian Ilborn, a misnomer if I ever heard one of the plains. He fancies himself a great planewalker. To return from my digression, I have lived my many years with chaos and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion. Truth. Yes. Lie. Yes. Truth. I disagree. You know what? I kind of do agree. I don't find it reprehensible, but I'd rather be crushed underfoot by an individual. Ilquick smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Do you have more questions? No, I didn't. Let's pay this guy off. 500? All right, here. It's a deal. He produces a darkened, wax-stoppered, wide-mouthed bottle from his pocket. You hear the sound of liquid sloshing around inside it, along with a heavier, squishier noise. Opening it, the stench of some sort of preservative agent nearly makes you gag. Floating in the viscid muck is an eyeball. You'd better figure out what you want to do with it. Now that you've exposed it to the air, you might as well put a pickled egg in the jar for all the good it'll do you. Make up your mind. Jesus. Tear out your eyeball and place this one in the socket. Ow. 1,000 experience. With a moment's hesitation, you reach into your socket and pop your eye into the palm of your hand. The bartender helpfully severs the optic nerve and directs your hand to the jar of goo that sits on the bar. You deposit your eye in the preservative, wrap your fingers around the old one, and slide it into your empty socket. The pain of this entire operation is incredible. After a moment, though, you can feel the optic nerve reattaching itself to the new eye, and suddenly you're hit by a flash of memory. Absorb it. A vast expanse of chaotic, ever-changing wasteland stretching before you. A group of humanoid vultures plummeting towards you, cruel weapons ready to strike, and your own shining blade clutched tight in your fist. Another one. 3 toughs surround you, and the colors of an enemy you can't quite place. Long daggers glisten in their hands, and the light glints cruelly from their exposed teeth. You glance at your scarred hands, and know that soon they'll be covered in blood. An enormous frog-like creature comes bounding over, through, under chaos stuff, headed for you with a mouthful of teeth. You hurl your javelin through the shifting matter and pin the creature to a sudden stone plinth. You've recalled some of your lost fighting skills. Interesting. Ask more questions of Varkas? Alright, looking for... You know what? That was enough. Proficiency points increased permanently. Thank you, Eyeball. Well, fucking... You picked a bad time to fight me. I think me and my little Githzari friend can help. Mort can keep the others busy. Alright, hang on. Get this guy now. No, I was already at half health, Celador. I already had some problems. Alright, we killed those ones. Just this very injured guy. No, he's uninjured. He's new.
What? You got a face only a sledgehammer can love. It has.
You've got a face, only a sledge. He just had money. Neat. Not a lot. I'll take that. And that. And that. Okay. Great work, new guy.
All right.
Game can't be saved while hostile creatures are nearby. Goddamn right, quick save successful. What the hell was I doing? Let's check my journal. Go to the cathedral. Find a way to help Ingress. Oh, right. An experienced plane... Wait. That fat fella said someone in the bar was a planewalker.
All right.
Oh. Who is O? Are you a creature of law? You see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of a limbless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns. And he speaks in a pure, bell-like tone. Well met, Wanderer. You've forgotten again, haven't you? I have. Let's be honest with each other. As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. I have spoken with you before, and you always forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope you have the strength to endure your existence. What do you know of me? I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan to your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You will light on others, to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I've watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker? Who are you? I am O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of a much more than a single letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What are you? It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic. What does it mean? The divine alphabet is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond, my brothers and sisters. A single word translates into the two in your mind. And I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought and reality and concept and the unimaginable. Yeah, fucking no wonder I keep forgetting about this guy. Tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand, no mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension, of all but the most powerful of powers. And once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can understand it no more than that. Perhaps sometimes you will understand. Oh, you can't explain it. What are you doing here? Why, I'm watching the ebb and flow of mortality. What do you see? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives and nests from the slimmest of branches, and when the wind shakes your home and life free, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you and all mortals: stop acting like an insect and start acting sentient. More questions? Do you know where my journal is? I know where you can find it, but it's not my place to reveal such information. You will find it, as well as the man you seek. Okay. What do you know of that? I know that your journey takes you far beyond your journal quest, to the very edges of existence. You'll struggle for your life, and your very spirit. And I do not tell you any more regarding this. Tell me of something else, then. The patrons? The patrons of this place are varied, yet all mortal. Like all mortals, their concerns are limited. With the potential of blossoming into actual truth, I can tell you this, though. You may find a companion dear to your heart here. At least as dear as your heart will allow. Maybe it's Ignis, or maybe it's the dude we just got. Goodbye. That was too weird. Oh, there he is. He's right there. He's the planewalker. You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as rope spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined. Greetings to you, Seeker. Greetings. He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all his attention. I've seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I've walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githyanki nights. I have passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. There's a crazy person that needs your help? I met a woman named Ingress with very bad teeth. She said she had come through a portal from some world that was opened by a tune hummed near 2 crossed trees. Can you get her home? He pauses briefly, thinking. I know the portal of which you speak, though I have not traveled it these 30 years gone. I will take her home, Seeker. Go tell her to await my arrival. Then meet me back here, and I will tell you if I was successful or not. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
I have updated my journal.
I'm gone.
Where the fuck did she live? She lived outside the mortuary, right? Which would be here.
All right.
So I tell her, and then I go back to the bar. Oh, fuck, I forget where Ingress lives. There you are, thank God. She's huddled inside her cloak of dirty rags, her teeth chattering. Greetings. You. What is it you want me now? You want me to leave? I found someone who can take you back to your home plane. I want to go. I want to leave this place. His name is Kandrian. He should be along shortly to help you. Trust him, all right? I'll go back and meet Kandrian at the smoldering corpse and make sure everything turned out all right. Be strong, Ingress. I've updated my journal. Don't worry, everybody. What was the last quest? Oh, right. We're looking for that fish merchant. Hey, that's a zombie. The Post. Hello. This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped, and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud to bird droppings. To add to the indignity, the graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. Don't all those nails hurt? Corpse makes no response. Examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You'd guess that the zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Pry out the cobblestone. Da-da-da-da. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Oh well. Other notices? A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant, and one on his chest looks like an official notice. A want ad. Wanted. Able-bodied person, not you, Mort, willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion. Interested parties should inquire with Initiate Norage. Official notice. Public notice. By the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known, those defacing a registered servant of the Dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant. Well, that's awkward. Official notice. Bill of fare? Someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read, as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points to the southwest. Oh, that's neat. Reminds me of a job I once had. Well, I mean, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. Office for Vermin and Disease Control. To those hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and generous sigil government, inquire forthwith at the Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague and brain rats. Bounties paid. Copper given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only. No dog, cat, or fiend tail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate and Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort, the 39th. The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southwest. Okay. Let's look at the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustmen to slogans glorifying what appears to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Fairrod on the corpse's left. Fairrod?
Updated my journal.
The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. That'd be the trash warrants, I think. I've updated my journal. Let's go back to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. See if he got that crazy lady home. I'm amazed I'm allowed to fit through that alley. What's the good word, Hummingbird? The Tooth Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hand. She wanted to express her thanks, even out the balance book, as it were, and be done with the damn things. In the palm of his hand are Ingress's dancing teeth, and he smoothly deposits them in your hand. Enjoy them, Seeker.
Updated my journal.
Da-da-da-da, some XP. What are you doing? I am fresh back from negation, and I'm trying to restore my essence before it slips away from me altogether. What? I went to the inner planes to discover my true essence. I made the mistake of visiting the negative material plane in order to understand my body's urge to decay and the cycle of death in life. I thought myself protected against the ill effects of the plane with my magic, but I was wrong. The blackness of infinite nothing pressed on my soul, and I was beset by shadows, and that sought to snuff out my very soul. I lost my way for a time, for an eternity, and nearly lost my existence. I could feel my essence falling away from me, and even now half gone. Never will I return. How did you survive?
My journal.
I've updated my journal on this fact. How did I survive? With a piece of nothing that held back the nothing. Nothing can stop nothing, you know, and so I carried nothing in my hand to protect me. Do you plan to journey to the ultimate negation yourself? You have the smell of desperation about you, and so I make you this gift. Hold it in your hand when the shadows press in, and it should protect you and your friends somewhat should they remain close to you. He passes you a small black token that looks as if it has no dimensionality to it at all. Neat. Tell me about the outer planes. What's the difference? The difference is true essence, Seeker. The inner planes are matter, substance, true physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse, for it is from them that all belief in the elements springs. The inner planes filter through the ethereal planes, the plane of potential, some say, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches prime material, where exist all manner of mortals and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirit that create the outer planes are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, a no place. That is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It is a paradox, among other things, and it filters spirits into the great ring. Do you comprehend so far? Kind of. Now the outer planes, where do I start? Do you know the cardinal rules of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the great ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next. Let's start with the composition. The outer planes are created of and by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates the planes. Belief is power here. Change belief and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane-born, like fiends and celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Go on. That's why the powers, gods some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is where they are at their most pure and most strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence, all of it informed by belief. So the composition of the planes is of belief? Tell me of the Great Ring. Among the loose unity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality, the Outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is in the center of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the plane grows, until it spills into one of the neighboring planes. Each of these planes impinges on the Outlands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the gate towns that spring up around these gates to these planes. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history, that loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands. Go on. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, we'll divide the planes into three sets. The upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further by law and chaos, with the Outlands in the middle. The upper planes? Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. Neutral. The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal noon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labor, where all work toward the good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I've ever come across. Alas, right now I'm not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now? Tell me of the rest of the upper planes? The lawful planes? Candrian gives a small shudder. I am not the best person to speak of the planes of law, for the innate structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I steer clear of them because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, and Mount Celestia, home of the Archons, an island in the Silver Sea. Go on. Of the upper planes, chaotic upper planes. These are where I feel at home, though I steer clear of Isgard for the most part. The endless battles and tests of metal among the floating earthbergs of the plain don't do much for my disposition. Arborea, though, the mountains are taller, the air clear, the rivers purer, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is a true paradise, a place where passions run high and the wine never ceases to flow. When I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, when we have done with the outer planes, you should ask me of the inner, and I will describe my journey to you. I will return to Arborea's bowers and glades and lose myself for time. So the upper planes are good, and the lower planes would be chaotic, and the boundary planes would be neutral. So his favorite was chaotic good. Let's go back to the planes in general. Inner planes. No, wait. He sighs as if this reminded him of his bone-deep weariness. Think of the inner planes as a globe. On the top pole, you have the positive material plane. On the bottom, you have the negative material. Remind me to tell you of the negative. His eyes turn inward to some private horror. From the interaction between the two springs all the urge for existence and non-existence, death and life, actuality and nothing. From them spring the basic elemental planes, like fire, water, air, and earth, the para-elemental planes that lie between the four basic elements, and the quasi-elemental planes that come from the interaction of the four elements with the positive and the negative. All right, that's too much for my brain to remember at once. Let's just go. We got the dancing teeth. This is a handful of Ingris's living teeth. Apparently, they didn't want to go with her back to the portal to her home plane. They rattle amongst themselves whenever they are held close together. They remind you of a bunch of creepy ivory hopping bugs. To change the teeth to a different type, select Use. The teeth may gain more options and abilities as Mort goes up in levels. Really?
Hey.
I can change their damage type. So change the teeth to a different type. Select use. You examine Ingress's teeth. You can't shake their resemblance to ivory bugs. You get the feeling that they're looking at you expectantly, waiting some command. I want you to do piercing damage, fellas. The teeth elongate into sharp fangs. Radical. All right, we have to go to the cathedral. Sevtai wants to fight the starved dogs. She says her sisters were attacked a few blocks directly south of the mortuary. That's where I am. I'll probably just beat up some starved dogs right now. Find Miriam and get the ink. Okay. Let's just kill every starving dog we see. There's some. Give a long howl. Snarl back at him. Let's get him, fellas.
Chief. You filthy stinkards.
Thanks for the
Good as
treasure,
done.
loser. Any more starving dogs?
Done.
There's one. Actually, wait. Maybe they live in the tenement.
What's the word, Chief?
Do-do-do.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass. Good as
Get him. I think the dirty rat charms we can sell to the Department of Disease Control. Let's get in there.
Done.
The door's locked. Never mind. Damsel in distress. Hello? You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation. Hello? She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, please. They're killing my sister. I'll help you. A look of relief washes over her face. She tugs your arm. This way, Cutter. Even if it's not on the level, there is 3 of us. Oh, wow. A trap. How unexpected.
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely a time to use some magic. Rain of Anger makes them hit harder, doesn't it? Let's just shoot a missile at the damsel in distress. That'll teach her to fucking lie to me. Boop. I'm pretty sure she fucking exploded. Just because she turned red, I'm assuming I was supposed to butcher her. Man, I almost got fucked up there.
I'm gone.
Well, we weren't able to solve the mystery of where the hell the starving dogs are, but... we can try to sell these rat tails. We can try to find that fish merchant. Well, there we go.
I'm gone.
Get Zari, some thugs. Oh, this guy wants to fight. Tasty, tasty ratsies, fresh from the cellar. Yeah, sure. More comments. Well, we got enough to sleep. What's this? This monument looks similar to the one outside the mortuary.
Huh?
We'll try to taunt him.
Alley bred dog.
All right.
Dropped a few bucks. Alright, let's go visit the vermin people. There's Phineas. You see a squat man with a rash-covered skin and several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of official, but they're dirty, wrinkled, and covered with rat hair. Greetings. Ah, the little man shrieks and jumps, startled. Clutching his heart, he takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up on his rash-ridden nose. Yes, yes? What is it that I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down. I have little to nothing in the till, so if you've come to plunder the premises, this locale is ill-chosen. I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am the respected Phineas T. Lort, the 39th, in charge of this hive branch of the Office for Vermin and Disease Control. It is my distinguished privilege, he scratches his chest and puffs up, to inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we meaning to encompass the sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting bounties on all manner of vermin and strays that infest the fair streets of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which rests at the center of all things, the city by which all other cities are measured. Bounties?
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. Yes, yes, yes. We, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we meaning to encompass, are accepting tangible proof of the eradication of brain vermin, cranium rats, from the hive area from where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years. As a recent census of the vermin population has shown, I am empowered by the Sigillian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of 1 copper common per cranium rat delivered. A what? Cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance that chews up boards and burrows into food, but 5, 10 or more. And their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of one such as myself. Scratches and sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. How many cranium rats are in Sigil? Tell me more. The more of them that are in proximity, the more formidable they become. Some give them the ability to cast magical spells. They can resist magic effects hurled at them, and they can employ some cunning tactics. Push his spectacles up on his nose. As you can understand, we are anxious to reduce their numbers, I can imagine. How'd you end up in such a place like this? Well, it's quite an epic tale, you see. I was born here in Sigil, oh. And then I realized that I'd somehow offended my colleagues, for I found myself promoted to this branch office, and have remained here for these past many years. He sighs and scratches his nose. Great. All right, we don't have cranium rat tails, just regular rat tails.
All right.
So yeah, where the fuck would this fish merchant be? She said I should try Miriam, a fishwife who sold her wares on a street just south of the market. Bullshit. Oh, nope. That's not bullshit. This old woman stands silently by the wall, staring off into the distance. She seems to be unconcerned with the flow of traffic around her and clutches a wooden pole from which dozens of small fish are dangling. I need one of those fish. Oh, hello, sir. She squints at you for a moment, trying to discern your identity. Oh my, here I was thinking you some of your regular customers. She offers his fish pole. Tuna, sir? Mackerel? Sea cucumber? There's a certain fish I need. Bragota fin. Aye, that fish. That fish is a strange one, it is. Not many have heard of it unless it want to eat it. Difficult to kill, and even in death it still wants to live. Not many want to latch their teeth around something that still writhes. Do you have one?
My journal.
Aye, but the ink, you'll need something to carry it in. Have you a bowl or cups, perchance? Updated my journal. Or a tankard. Maybe one of the merchants is selling one. I did see a merchant carry a bowl. Do 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 do. Sell some of the shit I've been finding. Oh, right, because the Githzari are the one that had the weird cocaine healing powder. The Unbroken Circle of Zerthman. The Unbroken Circle is a Zerth religious text containing teachings of Zerthamin, the founder of the Githzari people. The circle is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another, depending on which branch the reader wishes to follow in the path of the teachings. It is said that some Zerths spend years poring over the combinations of the plates, looking for new significance in the teachings. Dakan seems to use the text as a means of focusing his spellcasting abilities, for he pores over the tablet occasionally, memorizing the words. Neat.
All right.
Do you have a bowl? What do you have? Ah, no. No, 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 no. I had some questions. No. Who's got the damn bowl? Maybe just a generic merchant. I need something to hold ink in. Do you have a tankard or goblet? Oh, yes, many kinds. They range in price from a few coppers to several hundred. I'm looking for the cheapest one you have. She reaches into a crate at her side, then throws a battered-looking tankard to you. It's covered in dents, but its handle looks like it's about to fall off. This one looks like it was used on someone's skull. She smiles slightly. Okay.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. I'm not even sure if I paid her. I had some questions. I've got the tankard. Fill it with the ink. She nods and plucks a fish from her pole. It twitches as she grabs it and starts lashing about as she begins to twist it like a rag. She wrings it until bluish-black ichor begins to trickle from the fish's gills. When your tankard is almost full, she relaxes her grip and throws the twitching fish into a sack at her side. Goodbye. Thank you. I'm not even sure I sold that. Like I took any money from her. Or, well, she took money from me. Taking money from her is called theft. On the upside, though, I did rest when Phineas was, oh shit, this place. Actually, you know what? If we can get the thugs.
All right.
What?
Keep the one in the back busy. We'll get the front one. And then we might be able to just, oh shit. Maybe just throw a bunch of spells at that fiend.
All right.
Alright, not too bad, not too bad. A rusty dagger. Definitely explains how we lived. Alright, now we'll... I didn't mean to do that. I want to try to fight that fiend again. Okay, here we go.
I'm gone.
Alright, there we go. Now we can try to fight him.
What's up, Chief?
Balance in all things. It is I.
Think I'm about to explode. There I go.
This fool die.
Hey, they all come with me. Quick save 4. That doesn't look right.
I feel stronger.
That's not where I quick saved. Are they alternating? Quick save this one?
I feel
This one.
stronger.
So yeah, it's a series of alternating slots. Okay. Oh, we just need to get to Rag Picker Square. Just run right by him.
Done.
It does suck that we pissed that guy off right in the center of town, but I think it'll be a while to kill him. Abishai apparently are no laughing matter. Mort did warn me. Here's that ink. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Mevith takes the tankard of ink from you, then sniffs it. Prime ink, fresh as it is, yea. You've done well, child, all I've asked. Now I ask you again, after all you've seen, do you still want to learn the art? Yes. After all, the guiding goal of your errands was to test my persistence, was it not? Yes, mayhap, child, mayhap. And that's not all. You knew who I had to see to accomplish each errand, didn't you? Mayhap, child. What did your senses tell you about them? Mornsford Tree showed me that my beliefs affect the world around me. Gift Squirrel taught me that ritual is a wasted effort if the purpose of the ritual is ignored. And Miriam taught me that no matter how much I think I know, there's still much that I can learn from another's eyes. She's silent for a moment, then walks slowly over to you and touches you on the cheek. Oh, child, you'll be a master sorcerer one day, you will. You have the knowing of it yet. You've come to old Mebith for help, you have. What could a midwife teach one as such as you? I want to learn all you have to teach. Ba-ba-ba-bum. 2,000. So you'll walk the path then. Well, first things firstly, just having the knack for the arts isn't enough. You need some means of giving it a focus, usually spells. The spells are usually in a book, so the art demands you have a spell book or it's like before you can cast spells. Can you read? I don't know. Yes. Then let's test it. Can you read this? Mebeth draws forth a small tattered card. It looks like a recipe. Examine the recipe. The writing on the recipe swims before your eyes, each symbol twisting out of focus whenever you try and read it. Almost instinctively, you relax your eyes, allowing them to take in the page all at once, and the symbols suddenly bleed together. The recipe lists measurements, ingredients. It appears to be some minor divination. This is a minor divination, isn't it? It looks like it's a spell that allows the user to see the nature of an item, to see whatever it's enchanted or not. Who are you to test old Mebiso? Are you some fiend? What? Not to my knowledge.
Updated my journal.
Well, not expecting it, was I? She nods at the recipe, then plucks it out of your hand. What you see, it's written in the language of the art. If you're not a mageling yet, it should be all swirly-jumble and mishmash. She snaps her finger. Yet clear as crystal you pluck the sense of it right up. Mayhap you tell old Mebeth why that is. Seeing the symbols just jarred my memory. Or else a natural gift you may have. No matter, no matter. You just shaved seasons off your learning you have. Mebeth harumphs. And I've been looking for someone to handle the chores around here I had. Maybe it's just as well then. You can still ask. No, don't worry yourself about that. She frowns. Well, you can read spells well enough, but spells are no good to you without a book to put them in. Do you have one? Mebeth glances around the hut. Then she catches sight of the black barbed picture frame you made. She picks it up carefully and studies it. That's just a picture frame. Ah, but so are you, child. Still holding the frame, she picks up one of the starched rags you got from Giscoro. With a yank, she pulls off the greenish starched surface film. It flutters in the air like a wispy bit of cloth. Whatever Giscoro used in the wash, it works better than curing, stretching, and stoning does on a normal rag. Can't afford parchment, I can't. Parchment? She takes the starchy film and pulls it over the black barbed frame, latching the rag's edges onto the hooks around the frame until it looks like a small greenish black painter's canvas. It's missing something. It needs something painted on it. Aye, or written on it. She takes the tankard of ink you've given her and sets it down next to her. She dips one of her fingernails into the tankard, then draws it out. Mumbling to herself, she begins to scratch symbols into the frame one by one. Wait for it. All's done. Mebeth stands, drying her ink-stained fingernail on her robe. She tilts her head, regarding the strange framed page in front of her. A page for your spellbook it is. She indicates you should pick it up. Okay. Inside your spellbook are your recipes, your spells, if you will. As long as they sit in the book, though, they're just words. She taps her head. The art demands you pluck the magic out of the book and put them in your attic, your head, before you can tap in their power. Go on. You put them in your attic by studying them, memorizing them. You usually need to rest first before you can do this, though. Any questions? Explain that again. Your recipes. Go on. So I read the book and then I cast it. Any questions? No. No questions, eh? Well, now you should have questions. You know all about how to memorize spells, do you? You're a sharp one. You sure don't need any more of Mebeth's words all like gobbling up your precious time. You're a master sorcerer already. Oh, fuck off. Okay? Pick the spells you want to stick in your head from your spellbook before you go to sleep. Then when you wake in the morning, they'll be buzzing in your head like flies. How many spells can I cast? You can cast only one, mayhaps 2 spells before needing to rest again. As a tiny flitting mageling, there isn't much room in your attic, so use your spells wisely until you get wiser in the art. As your power increases, you'll get more room in your attic. Go on. You can only cast spells you've memorized, so if you want to use the art to, say, mend something twice, you need to memorize the spell. How many times? Twice? Twice. How can I get more spells?
My journal.
I've updated my journal. Keep your eyes and ears out for learning. Even common folks might have some minor magics to teach. There's also scrolls, recipes, books, and even some stranger items that have spells inscribed on them. If you find one, just examine it close and copy it into your book if you want it. Neat. I can also show you more spells if you return, especially when you have a little more of the planes in you. I thank you. Before you go, child, you'll need some magics for you to whet your appetite. Mebeth rummages in her robe and pulls forth 3 small recipes which she passes to you. You should copy these into your books so they can go into your attic as soon as possible. Thank you. Ooh, 5,000 experience. Holy shit. Wait, there's more. She fishes a tiny bundle of black cloth from her apron and unrolls it, producing a pair of amber earrings. These will protect you on your travels, child. I no longer wear them myself, so go ahead and take them. Thank you. All right, child. Don't tarry here any longer. One such as ye has other ways to spend one times rather than hanging around old Mebeth. Oh, come on now. You flatterer. Your tongue is so lined with silverage shame of Badizu. Go on, hence. Okay. You can thank me by not playing the Addlecove with what you've learned. The art's damned many a fool who sought to bend it in ways the art were meant to bend. Now get along with you. Goodbye.
I feel stronger.
Goddamn right I do. Spell memorization abilities have increased. 0 characteristic points, but 2 HP. Now I'm a mage. I'm a level 3 mage. Oh, it reset my class or something. Well, now I'm a wizard. I just gotta find some fucking clothes. Where's my book? That's the haunted one. Chromatic orb. Yoink. Oh shit, I can fuck up that, can't I? I think it's just tied to my intelligence and wisdom, which is really high, but I can memorize these spells. Yep, succeeded. Blood Bridge. This tattered card has a recipe and ingredients for the incantation. The spell allows the caster to share a portion of his life with others. That's interesting, because I regenerate. All right, Chromatic Orb. Identify. There it is, Blood Bridge. A bizarre compact of the healer's heart and the merchant's mind, this necromantic spell transforms your very body into a marketplace that barters life and death. Your life essence can be given to others. Okay. I can select any target within touch and drain life from myself. 2 hit points plus 1 hit point per level of the caster. I'm 3, so 5 hit points. Okay, so I just regenerate through it. That's a fucking handy spell. I think I'm locked in, Celador. I think I'm a mage for life now. I'm a little poor. I don't think we'll be buying Blur. I only have 192 coppers to my name. So we're a wizard now. We kind of know where Farod is. I'm still a little afraid to go there. We can try. We can try to make some progress towards Farod before we stop today. Oh, right. I wanted to go to the cathedral first. The way to multi-class involves hitting certain levels. Okay. Need to click the spells you want to memorize. Oh, right. Yeah, I don't have any. I'll just go Chromatic Orb for now. Oh, man, I can hold a lot of spells if I become a super genius. So I have a Blood Bridge. Not that I want Blood Bridge.
All right. I'm gone.
I guess I should have rested because I won't have Chromatic Orb. Let's actually do that. Let's rest so I have Chromatic Orb in case there's a fight. Because if I remember Baldur's Gate, Chromatic Orb is pretty fucking gross at level, 3rd edition. I am level 3, so it does 1 to 8 plus 1 to 4, fire. Long are the debates about the spectrum of color in the multiverse. This blue is better than yellow. Pike at Burke, of course, white's the true color, and while in the end many generally agree that a color's greatness is in the eye of the beholder, this spell establishes the fact that some colors are deadlier than others. This summons a large magical orb of color, which can be hurled at the target using the caster's normal attack roll plus 3. The color of the orb changes depending on my level. If I could somehow get to level 12, it does 4 to 40 and paralyzes you for 40 seconds. Jesus fucking Christ. Just a couple times a day, I get to fuck your day up.
All right.
You guys have names? No, that's just a barrier. It's not his name. Alright, I'd like to rest. 5 coppers. Joke's on them. I have another friend. We're all just using the same cot frugally. Sucker. Oh, right, nighttime.
Done.
Look at that. That's 2 sleeps. That's pure profit right there.
Done. I'm gone.
The alley of dangerous angles in the middle of the night. Not the smartest thing I've done. I wonder if I can rest in the street or if I'll get yelled at. Let's try it, because I don't think I want to go into the alley at night. Too dangerous to rest here. Well, fuck you. Alley of dangerous angles. Dark Alley Shiv. Greetings, stranger. Looks like you're in Dark Alley Shiv territory now. Looks like you've got a purse that could use some lightning. You better pray it's not. Yeah, let's just kill him.
What's up? Your face is just begging to be killed.
Maybe we should split up.
In enduring, grow strong.
Yeah. Hi, Dad. Damn it.
Critical miss. Uh-oh. Alright, he's near death, so I gotta help him out. Nope, never mind. We're fine. It's like things didn't work out for you, Dark Alley Shiv gang. An archer would be nice in my party, but I think I have to keep track of the arrows.
Done.
9 coppers? Man, fucking, I'm gonna be sleeping easy.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
There we go. What's this? This is a very delicate looking structure, ready to fall over with the first strong wind that comes this way. Is Sigil windy?
Done.
They can rest here. Yeah, it's too dangerous. That's crazy. Alright, well, more goons.
What?
I've been played to a lot of people in the city, but these guys are talking some serious shit.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Got some more rings and shit to sell. Razor Angel. We're just looking for the cathedral, actually. It might be a little over my head. A tent. He literally fucking exploded. Wonder if I could come back here for money every couple days. Oh, there's a few of them. Let's not fight that many at once. Okay, everybody split up. Find a dance partner.
What's up, Chief? You father of trolls.
I will hear you.
Okay, Morty.
Chief.
Ah, fuck, they're all jumbled up. I can't tell who's who.
Got a face on your sledgehammer.
There we go.
It has.
Hey, one of those is not my party.
Damn.
Mort got stabbed a bit, but check this out. How do I actually do it? Let's just give him a blood charm. There you go.
Gone.
Ooh,
What's
got a
up?
lot of shit.
Okay.
All right.
Balance
Sure,
in
why
all
not?
things.
Okay.
I'm gone.
So let's see at the cathedral. Tent. Rope. Shit. Fight. They want to fight. I saw the cathedral, so that should be the place.
Huh? Filthy sod.
Perfect.
What? Okay.
Oh yeah, should be some good cash flow.
I'm gone.
This is the cathedral here, right? Yeah. How the fuck do I get into it? Maybe there's a portal. Rotten William. Well, I imagine that's the head of the gang. He's about to get stabbed up pretty
What's up,
good.
Chief?
It is I.
Give him some magic missile. I'll throw a chromatic orb at him.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Yeah, he just fucking exploded.
Chief, good as done.
300 copper commons. Apparently, maybe I shouldn't have pissed off their whole gang. He might have had a quest for me. I think the sun's coming up, or maybe something wrong with my chromatic orb.
All right.
These tents are labeled, but it doesn't look like I can go in them. Oh, there we go. I should try to bash that box open. Has to be here somewhere. Hello? You seem to have startled her. Hello. I wasn't doing nothing, I swear. Why didn't you tell me what you weren't doing? She looks at you as if about to tell something, then she quickly dashes for the door. Stop. Alright, well. I mean, I killed the gang.
All right.
Bash this open. Yeah, we're not getting in that one. There's another tent. I guess I've never been around at sunup. This place looks weird. Hey, mages!
All right.
You see a young man dressed in plain but well-kept clothes. Greetings. Rock in trouble big. Help you do? What's wrong? Rock forget rings in tent. Friends need to magic with. No rings? Be mad at Rock. One ring brown like Jink. Others shiny like Mir. Last is pretty and yellow. Bring for Rock. I'll try to bring them back.
Updated my journal.
Oh, junk for portals. Oh, that was some sort of enchanted chest, but I resisted it. Let's be on our way here. Oh, yeah, but looks like my chromatic orb did break the post-processing. Burnt building. How the fuck can I not find my way in this cathedral? Okay, there. They found the way in for me. Thanks, pathing. Hello? Welcome to the Cathedral of Oscar. Have you come to worship Oscar with me? You can be his second disciple. Why are there no other disciples? Over the years, I have had many disciples. Unfortunately, they've all disappeared. It's quite frustrating, actually. As soon as they become initiates, I never see them again. Lately, there's been a rumor going around that the lady herself is the cause. Now no one comes by anymore. You're the first soul I have seen stop by in a long while. Tell me more about Oscar. Oscar is the keeper of gateways. Within Oscar lies the power of portals. Doorways and opportunity. Sigil, also known as the City of Doors, used to be the home of Oscar until he was cast out by that accursed lady. And now there are a few worshippers of Oscar because the lady forbids it. That will soon change, however, as I help the people to see the greatness of Oscar. She cannot stand against the will of the people. I don't want her on my ass. Oh shit, maybe I had to fucking take a side to get the box open. Junk. Well, shit. Shalandra suggests that I visit a cathedral located in the middle of the alley of dangerous angles. It's hoped that a higher source of power will intervene and banish the fiend before it escapes. I would have the Lady of Pain on my ass, though. I assume Super Demon Box isn't worse.
Done.
So we're off to the trash warrens. Maybe we can find Farad before we stop for the night. How the fuck do I get out of here? Over this way. Oh! Goons! Hired goons.
Filthy sod.
Oh, I can just enter and exit. That's perfect.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass. Choke on a bone, you witless ape.
Looks like the taunt has no cooldown.
Sure, why
I
not?
gotta remember that. Another copper piece of equipment. Hey, some shit on the ground here. Alright, let's go back in. The door was here. Yep, you're right. Good call, Nick. I got a problem with a haunted box. You explain to me your predicament. He seems to consider things for a moment and speaks to you. I, a humble disciple of the great Oscar, can indeed help you. First, you must relinquish the box to me. Oh. He places Morador's box within a wire pyramid-shaped structure and then mutters a prayer to Oscar. The familiar shimmering of a portal soon fills the sides of the pyramid. He then casually reaches through the portal and flips open Morador's box. You scream in an attempt to stop him, but are too late. Almost instantly the box begins to disintegrate as a sickly smoke begins to fill the interior of the pyramid. A feeling of immense dread fills the room, and it is all you can do to keep yourself from bolting from the tent. I imagine that the fiend is trapped in another plane now. You notice that the tendrils of smoke touch the sides of the pyramid that are drawn to the swirling vortex of the portal. As the last tendril of smoke disappears, the feeling of dread passes. Aeolus smiles a bit nervously at you. Witness the power of Oscar, the keeper of gateways. I am sure a fiend of such power that it required many spells to contain it will have no problems making it way back here, and when it does, it's going to be looking for you. I've taken that into consideration. You see, each side of the pyramid contained a portal to a different plane. In effect, I scattered its essence far and wide across the multiverse. Did you know there are races out there that consider demons a sort of delicacy? He begins to chuckle softly as he reaches into the pyramid and sifts through the ashes of the box, removing the gem that was attached to it. Payment for my services. I'll use this to help rebuild my beautiful cathedral. Sure.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. Didn't want anybody to miss that. You didn't see the text on your screen. Maybe you were listening on your phone in the bathroom. Updated my journal. Now we're off to the trash warrens. I've got a good feeling with our little Githzari friend here. How the fuck do I get to the trash warrens? This way. I think there was actually a little bit more business for me. Actually, no, maybe the notice that wanted me to go to the Dustman's Bar was about the Emmerich quest. So what do we have on our bill? Find Ferret, who probably has my journal, and he will tell us where the bodies are coming from. We don't have the key to get into the Starved Dog's house. And Rauk needs you to fetch 3 rings from his tent. Talk to Mar about the box, because we fixed it. I need to have words with Mar about the trouble he has caused by tricking me into taking the cursed box. Where was he? The marketplace? Let's sleep until sunup. I don't want to be walking around in garbage town in the middle of the night.
All right.
Take your 5 coppers. There we go. Sun up.
Done.
Now, where was Mar? Wasn't this Mar? Or was he in the market? Well, even if he's not in the market, we have some copper equipment to sell.
I'm gone.
Iron pry bar, hang on to that. Get rid of this. See, he doesn't want this bronze ring. He'll take a rusty dagger, though. Amber earrings. +2. Oh, baby, I forgot to put these on. Usable only by mages and specifically the nameless one. These earrings were made from hardened sap of razor vine. When properly prepared, items made from this substance can be enchanted with powerful spells of protection. Neat. So yeah, +2 AC, and I get 2 additional mage spell slots. That is fucking handy dandy. Perfect. I have AC 8. Holy shit, I gotta find some more AC. Used to 5th edition. Get like 10 AC base. I have no idea where Mar is. Oh well. The box isn't in my possession anymore, so it won't break when I leave. We can explore a little bit. Like I said, next stop, trash warrens.
All right.
Christ, just keeps spawning thugs there on me. And, fuck, I should actually... I need to go back to sleep if I want those bonus chromatic orbs.
All right.
Fuck, I wish Thaco was here right now, because, yeah, I think lower Thaco is better in 3rd edition. Need to sleep again. Mara's in a house? I guess I haven't been in a lot of houses. Well, if that's where you say he is, we'll go finish that quest off. Just get it out of the journal. Jesus Christ, do you mind, fella?
Damn it.
Rock sings true.
I'm gone.
There.
All right.
Oh, the little delap. Oh, that's why we haven't seen him in forever. Because I'm afraid to go to that part of the fucking city. You guys wait here.
I'm gone.
Mars' eyes take on a wild look as he sees you approaching. What are you doing here? I got rid of the box. It does me heart good to hear you say that. Before you kills me for the horrible deed of tricking you into taking that box, try to explain. Okay. The long and short of it be that the box has been around long as anyone can remembers. Chan is some folks were fighting, and when they was done, a huge demon was imprisoned inside the box. Other folks say an evil wizard made it just for seeing others suffer. No one rightly knows what the truth is behind the box, but the owner of the box will die should it be open. Why didn't the owner just put the box where no one could find it? Seems it should have been as simple as that, but who among us could live with a death sentence lingering over their head? 'Twould drive any sane man over the edge, having to worry about the whereabouts of that damn old box all the time. Why me? First, I haven't seen you around here before. You sees, I needed a clueless Burke such as yourself to accept the box and become the new owner. Everyone around here knows not to take the box, not for any price. Secondly, if you didn't examine the box when you had it, you would have noticed that whatever magics were placed on it were weakening. With me being the current owner and all, you can see I needed to pass it on right quickly. Besides, if anyone looked ready to pass on the next realm, it was ye. You want to talk about the passing on to the next realm? Keep talking and you'll find out about it. Obviously, I picked a cutter of no small means. Surely this has been a minor inconvenience to one such as you. I offer this weapon and some jing to line your purse as a reward for your troubles. 'Tis all I own, and coincidentally, 'twas what that rat Kuatri used to get me to take possession of the box. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
Da-da-da-da. What did he give me? An axe. I can identify it because I'm a wizard. Well, I have to mem the identify, but... This huge axe is a double-bladed weapon topped with a spike. The edges are razor sharp, and the long handle allows the wielder to put considerable force into the swing. This axe is of a different alloy than normal steel. It's light and easy to swing. It causes the same amount of damage as an ordinary axe, but it strikes much more quickly. Interesting. Usable only by fighters, so I can't use it. Mort can't use it because he has no arms, and his sword is way better. 2 to 9 slashing, +1 AC, +1 Thaco. Usable only by, yeah, okay. And then I will just run for my fucking life from that fiend to the Trash Warrens.
I'm gone.
All right.
I'm gone.
Actually, just a very brief break before we hop into the Warren so I can freshen up my drink now that I think about it. Thrust the junk into the doorway. Boop. It's a weird portal because I think I can just jump off this bridge. But yes, before we go in, I'll be back very quickly. All right, let's get in to the Trash Warrens. And I think we can kill any bums that wander into us.
Done.
And these are all asshole collectors, so we'll just take whatever the fuck we want. Dustman Embalming Charm, yep. Oh, aren't those the ones that heal just me? Temporary hit points and temporary AC. So yeah, just put that on in a super serious fight. Do you think their garbage world is booby trap? What is with all the junk? It's not consumed when I use the archway. Well, well, well. Trash one slug, trash one slug. Well, we'll just bum rush the closest one.
You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke.
Holy shit.
Damn it.
He's in trouble.
What?
He could use a blood charm for sure.
Hear your prayers, mine.
That was actually pretty close.
Done.
Jagged knife, 1 to 3 slashing. I'm not sure why that was working. Not usable by priests, so I could use that one.
What's up, Chief?
I'm gone.
Oh wait, I want to cast Blood Bridge on him. Christ, it is this way. No, how do I quick cast stuff? Oh, right, it's an actual fucking button. This one I'm used to Baldur's Gate. There you go. It's a shame I can only do that once a day because that's a cool effect.
What's the word, Chief? Good as done.
And then yeah, the dagger should be better. Right? You do 1 to 3. You do... Oh, the green steel's 1 to 4. Whoops. We don't need a scalpel. The clot charm is 9 hit points. Yeah, let's give him 1. There. He's in fighting shape now.
I shall serve.
Done.
The walls of these trash warrens are made of junk crushed together by the weight of the mountain of garbage above. Where's that fucking Farad? It's a collector. Who are you? Oh! Thanks, loser. Oh, shit. Sorry about the loser comment. Sorry about the loser comment. Holy fuck, that's a lot of them. Sorry about the loser comment. What is the main quest in this game? I think I'm just trying to remember who I am. I was on some sort of quest when I lost my memory. I'm not really sure how to... Well, we can probably just Litany of Curses one and run them back to the gang. Oh shit, there they all are!
Balance in all
You've got to have a dope spell that'll last a while. 12 seconds a level? No. 30 minutes per level. There we go. Bonus hit points. Give that to yourself. Everybody just bum rush the same guy, I guess. Alright, I gotta run. Time for some wizarding.
it is I.
Ah, fuck! I think we hit a. I think I hit a corpse.
Endure. In enduring grow strong.
Got any more left? You've got more left. Uninjured, badly injured, uninjured. All right, so hit him.
I hear your words.
Right, nobody's dead yet. I think he's still got Litany of Curses on him.
I will hear you.
You father of trolls.
We're okay. Everything's fine still. That was a very big fight. I guess I shouldn't have talked shit to that collector. This is kind of where they live.
Balance. I shall serve.
Oh, Clot Charm. There we go. Good pacing. You get into a tough fight and they drop healing potions.
All right.
Good pacing. Stop it. Get off the...
Endure. Your will be done.
Actually, or can I just loot stuff that's nearby on the ground? I think that's from Baldur's Gate. Like nearby dudes would amalgamate their treasure.
What's up, Chief? You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna see that. What's the word, Chief? Good as done.
Oh, he's full too.
I hear your words.
What's up? Yeah. Okay.
I will hear your path is mine.
These are all red. I don't know if that's a class restriction or if it's broken and merchants won't take it. I'm not sure. I have 1,000 commons to my name. I can go buy Blur, I think, now.
Done.
Actually, yeah, I should go to the tattoo merchant. And holy Christ! Thing's just making thugs. Am I playing a gauntlet level?
Balance in all things.
All right.
You know, if I'm gonna slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke.
Die.
Yeah, these guys are with 100 experience. Jesus.
It is I shall serve.
Even if these things only sell for a couple coppers, that's some walking around money for us. I swear to Christ, if that thing's still making more dudes. Okay, what the fuck is... So we've cleaned out about half of it from the looks of it. Just where the hell is Farad? Hopefully that dope spell on our Githzari friend holds out. Thugs. Maybe these ones won't fight. Hey, fellas. Ooh, hey. Hey!
Endure.
That's
Your
for
path
you.
is mine.
It's a fancy way of saying you're in the fucking way, nameless
I
one.
hear your will be done.
Your path is mine. Seriously. High quality stiletto. 1 to 4 piercing. That might be better for the nameless
Alright.
one. Maybe these guys are in a chummy mood. This seedy looking thug reeks of trouble. Leave him alone. This is where we're going then. Buried villager. Can I talk to you? No, I don't think buried as in she was buried. Buried might be her species because, you know, she's got some backwards legs. Alright, that was weird. We got another big one brewing. These are just collectors. Well, that missed.
What? You blathering idiot.
Just kill him quick and taunt the next one.
I will hear you.
Even 50 swigs of brandy would make you look good.
Okay.
Balance. Your will be done.
Now he's full. Man.
I'm gone.
Buried. I don't know why these guys would be angry at me. Buried villagers.
All right.
It is I.
What's
I
up?
tried and cancel his order by accident.
You know, if I'm gonna slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke.
Die.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Endure.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your
What?
covers, huh?
Strong.
Just not using the litany. Might have cooled down.
Hear your
I'm still amazed that he has an ability that's free.
Brandy wouldn't make you look
Holy shit. That guy fucking exploded.
Done.
I will hear you.
like that.
Uninjured, you know what? I'm not. I think the dude will be more trouble.
Balance in all things.
Even 50 swigs of brandy wouldn't make you look good.
That's pretty gross because it looks like I can body block them for a little bit and they won't. They'll just accept it. Hey, Fat Pep.
Like Latin for death.
It is I.
You blathering idiot.
Yeah, see, they got stuck. Got a couple swings off. Critical hit damage 24. Holy shit.
Endure. Your will be done.
Let's just ditch the knives. I have the craziest feeling nobody's going to want to buy them. Okay, we're doing great. Where the fuck is Farad, though? Another portal! Can I walk over here? I sure can. Holy shit. It's me, Bish. And a lot of thugs. Hello. As you enter the room, a large heavyset man comes up from his chair and approaches you. Lo there, name's Bish. Who might you be? My name? Why is this my lying name? I have no name. What do you mean you have no name? You just come back from stick swimming, you clueless sod? You notice Bish slowly moving his hand towards his weapon. Are you just not telling me? Hiding something, methinks? I don't know. I don't. Bish throws his hands up in the air in frustration. Forget it, Burke. Not important anymore, anyhow. Shakes his head back and forth. More important is what you're doing down here. Where the fuck is Farad? Da-da-da-dum. Farad usually fills me in on visitors, and I don't recall the likes of you being mentioned. He quickly glances you over before giving you an apathetic shrug. Yeah, you don't look like anything the guards couldn't handle. On with you. Hey!
I feel stronger.
I feel stronger, too. Looks like we're not going to have to fucking clobber anybody. More spell memorization abilities. No characteristic points, though, but I did gain a single hit point. Watch out, world. Watch out. I can hold 5 chromatic orbs, and I get a second blood bridge. Alright, let's go find him. Man, that was a lot of dudes I'd have to fight if I fucked that conversation up. The Buried Village.
Done.
Alright, well, maybe there's a merchant, which I doubt. They're garbage people. Nobody has names. Oh, here we go. Kuyin. You see a drab man with a perfectly moon-shaped face. He looks at you without expression and does not speak. He looks as though his voice would be as flat as a meadow. I was hoping you could answer some questions for me. What do you wish to know? What is this place? I know nothing of it. I do not know this place. I have no name. I have no number. I have no memory of this place. I'm cold. I'm scared. This is strange to be so naked. I fear I'll die. What? I once lived in a land of metal machines and doors that opened at a word. I dream of the pristine metal cities and the empty shells that are our people. I had a number and a name there, and now I have neither. Like all my kind, they are all that I have. They are all I have had of my own my all life. They were stolen from me. Without them, I am nothing. I request your aid. Who has your name and number?
My journal.
I've updated my journal with this fact. The one who used to be Radine. She stole them from me. I offered her the shelter of my name and number, and she stole them from me. They are mine lawfully and by right. Find her. She's in this village. Okay. Tell me of yourself. Magical city. Okay, more questions. Sigil? I know nothing of it. Okay, great. The seamstress's house. For seamstressing. This tube is filled with a mess of rotted body parts. Okay. You see a blockish woman dressed in a heavy burlap robe. She lumbers about the room, her joints popping as she bends over to pick up objects from the various tables. Her hair is bound back from her head with a bone hairpin, and she has a sour, curd-faced expression. Hello. The woman doesn't appear to hear you. Instead, she stumbles back to one of the long tables and begins picking at one of the corpses. Come on now. Don't be all difficult on Marta. He's being difficult, isn't he, Marta? Yes, he is. Hello? Let's observe her for some stats, perhaps. From what you can see, it looks like she's digging teeth out of the corpse's mouth with only her hands and fingernails. When that doesn't work, she pulls out a splintered wooden chisel and a mallet and thwacks at the gums until the tooth snaps free, then puts it into her bag at her waist. What the fuck? She leaps away from the corpse, startled, then gives a piercing shriek. Ah! If dead you were not, you might have said something earlier, false corpse, nasty corpse. Have you no shame? Throw voice. You're the one who should be shamed, knocking out my teeth like that. Huh! She puts her hands on her hips and puffs up indignantly. Like you cared for your teeth, all rotted and scored and syrup brown. Wonders they hadn't plopped out of your bone box. She scratches her head. Isn't that right, Marta? Oh, you'll be punished for your evil teeth taking. Tuh, you hear this, Marta? Marta's face scrunches up like a wrung rag. I hears it. I hears it. With a grunt, she starts pounding at the corpse with her fist, making meaty thwacks with every hit. Haunt me, will you? Take this. I will haunt you no longer. Forgive me. I was just goofing on you. It was me. Huh? How'd you get over there so fast? How'd you do that? This grave bait's blind and near deaf. Marta's still mumbling to herself something about corpses and gratitude. Who are you?
Journal.
I've updated my journal. Marta, this the one who asked who I was? She starts humming. Nobody but mine I am. Marta the seamstress. She turns away back to the corpse, singing her name. What are you doing? She turns back to the corpse with a huff. I'm trying to get his Burke to give up his stitchies and his teethies, and he isn't recuperating. No. She wags her fingers as if lecturing a small child. Stubborn as stone, isn't he, Marta? Stitchies and teethies? Gotta pulls the stitchies out, the teethies. Marta, perhaps she gives me a hand. I have been giving you a hand, old baddie. No need to take that tone with me. Pulling up the stitchies and teethies. And the thingies inside. Think she means organs. I hope she means organs. Thingies. Yeah, thingies. It's all semantics. Why are you pulling out their corpses and stitching? Updated my journal. Put them aside, Marta. That's what I does here. She scratches her head. Stitch. Oh, because they're fucking the weird ferret collector shit. This might be for my quest. Stitchy thread and teethies are precious, can be turned into jink. Strip the corpse we bring you, they tell Marta. Pull out teethies, stitchies, thingies inside the corpse, strip them cold, and then we'll sell them to the dusties. Sell them to the dusties? What do you find in the bodies? Thingies? The others take some who? Fat-faced, gimme pig Quint. The other crutch hobble crutch, Farad, into the netting, Marta. She gives a queer smile, then nods. What do they do with the things you dig out of the corpses? Sells for shinies. Mm-hmm. Can you dig in my body to find anything? Interesting. Sell the corpses to the dusties. Did we not say we'd be selling to Marta? Where's Farad? Where's Farad, this one asks. He's here, Marta. He's here. Aye, Farad is here. One of the buildings here he is. No other questions. Can you dig something out of me? Damn it. Can you dig around in my body for anything? Marta can do that. I'm not going to watch this. Where? Let's try my stomach. You lie upon the table and Marta stands over you, a rusty knife at the ready. There's a stabbing pain as she slices into your abdomen, then cuts brutally downwards in a saw-like motion, exposing your innards. Despite the pain, you watch in morbid fascination as she lifts up your stomach. Your vision slowly returns to see Marta standing over you, shaking your head. Nothing there. Maybe the ribs. Try the intestines. There's a wrenching pain as Marta lifts up the ropey mass of your intestines. Look at this. Cut there, cut there. Marta makes a small deft incision. You hear as something small and metallic strikes the floor. That's great.
My journal.
Da-da-da-da. Marta then dumps the soupy mass back into your torso, then reaches down, picks up the object. A ring it appears, and she flicks it to you. Thanks. No. We're fine. My intestines. There's the ring. Twisted ring. +1 AC. Yeah, I am a little cramped. Get rid of these shitty daggers that nobody clearly wants to buy. Pawn my stuff off on the others just so I have room for story items and shit. There's my Lim. This is your pet Lim. Hello? Examine your Lim. Your Lim appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half-shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings, and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. I'll let him have fun. Go for it. Alright, then. That's enough. Oh, I could have pet him. I could have pet him. P.O. The Lim squirms about merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Pet him a little more. Rule of threes. Rule of fours. Rule of fives. All right, nothing happens. All right, so we've found some insight into where the bodies are. They're definitely being, like, robbed before Farad turns them in. There's Radine. You bitch. You see a woman with a lined face and drab clothing. Her eyes are far away, and there seems to be a new vitality rising up under her skin, as if she'd been given a new life. Give us the name and the number. Tell me about that tattoo. This squirmy thing? It's an identifying number. It's my number. Gave to me by a kind man who saw me cold without the protection of numbers to back me up. Now I got it, and I'm happier than I ever been. The man wants it back. Well, he can't have him. He offered him to me, and I kept him. He never said anything about no loan of him, and never said he needed him back. He ain't getting him. You can go tell him so. He really needs a name. You can tell him he can have mine. The name Radine should be good enough for anyone. Wasn't good enough for you. It's a world of difference between growing up in a name and having someone else's, dearie. A new attitude behind an old name can change it all. See what I've done with this one? I'll talk to him about it. What is this place? The Buried Village? Nice enough place, I suppose, if you don't mind the stench of corpses being torn open, garbage heaped on the roof, and the constant scurrying of rats around here. Much colder with only a name and no number to protect you, that's for sure. Tell me about your number. Safety in numbers, and with safety comes warmth, and with warmth comes comfort. Numbers can do it all for you, dearie. Tell me about this place. Tell me about your name. Me? I got two names now, and I'll show you only one. Don't want you stealing the new one, Teehee. You can call me Radine, pet, and I'll hold this other name tight to myself, I will. I know it'll be a burden on you, but what if you told me? I suppose you're right. I've been a bad person, sure I have, and I can't keep this here. She peels the rippling tattoo from around her neck and hands it to you. She shivers as she does so, and you can tell him his name now. He was and will be Ku Yin. Here's some jink for your trouble. My thanks, Cutter. She pockets the money, looking more drab by the moment as the magic of the tattoo leaves her. 'Twould be best for me to be leaving here, then. With the aid of the jink you gave me, mayhaps we'll meet again under happier circumstances for the both of us. Oh, like hooker stuff. Yeah, that's a wisdom thing. What if you did give it back, though? I guess. Farewell.
Done.
Oh, some thugs.
The reason I became a monk, and the reason I switched back.
Thanks, Mort.
You know what? We should get some female zombies to join this party.
I
Right?
hear your words.
Flies wouldn't even rest on your carcass. Damn it. You know, if I could click you, you wouldn't know a moment's peace.
I will hear you.
You got a face only a sledgehammer can love.
Damn.
Yes.
That guy's got to be dead soon. Let's go. There we go.
Damn it.
Okay.
Balance. Your path is mine.
Some more comments. You know what? I don't think we will have time to fight Farad or talk to him or whatever his problem's going to be, because I wasn't expecting an entire town down here, to be honest with you. Well, hello, silver. This simple silver circlet has fate engravings on its surface, but I can't make them out. Despite its appearance, it might be worth a few gold coins to a local merchant. Neat. All right, let's go tell that guy. Let's go tell that guy he has a name, and then it might be done. We might be done. I have your name and number. May I have it? Yes, your name is Ku Yin. Take your number. Da-da-da-da. I thank you for my name and number. Yes, Ku Yin, yes. But no, I now realize I no longer require a number here. I will find myself a new number if necessary. I give you my old number. It can help you. It is a mantle of law. It is protection. Do you accept it? Okay. Yes, let it warm you. Trust in it. It will protect you. Farewell. Wait, some questions? What are you doing? Preparing to face this new world with my old identity. Now that I know there are hidden pitfalls, I intend to discover what I can. I'm ready now. Okay, that was weird. Some goons want to fight me. But first, let's see this tattoo, which I think I have to equip. Special. Protection from chaotic creatures. But I can't use it if I'm chaotic. This is a tattoo of a number. An intricate weaving. Now, how do I equip tattoos? Looks like I have 3 tattoo slots. Can anybody wear tattoos? Yep, it looks like everybody can get tattoos. I got my magical tattoo on. Yeah, so let's kill this batch of goons and then call it a night. We can start fresh next time when we continue to look for Ferrot in our journal. Nope, these are just blue. I guess we'll stop right here. Over the corpses of these thugs that attacked us for no reason. So hopefully we'll be able to find the journal, and we can ask Ferret what the hell his problem is. And I guess we haven't quite found the source of the bodies yet for Emmerich. There is a tattoo merchant in the town, Fat Pep, but I think he just sells the items. I think that it's just applied magically otherwise. But maybe we'll visit him. Maybe we'll visit the tattoo guy when we get back up to the surface. But a problem for next time. I'll see you then.